Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Dirge for Exalar here on Dork Tales. I hope you're all doing well tonight. It's great to be here with you. I'm your Dungeon Master, Kelly. I use he and him as my pronouns, and I'm excited to be here tonight because I get to torment these lovely folk around me here. It is going to be an interesting night. If you're tuning in for the first time, I just want to do a quick warning to say that Dirge for Exalar is a horror-themed game. And as such, it is going to contain some subject matter that may not be suited for all viewers or listeners. If you have anything that comes up during the process of this game that makes you uncomfortable, feel free to take a couple minutes. Take care of yourself and come back. We'll be here when you get back. We all know each other's lines, but unfortunately, although we can be collaborative with each other, we can't be collaborative directly with our audience because everybody is different. So take care of yourself, and there's nothing wrong with that. Because you know what? Your mental health is very important, so take care of yourself, and we'll be here when you get back. And if you don't like horror, we got another bunch of great stuff on the channel, and if you do like horror, we got some more of that too. If you like this, I strongly suggest you go check out our Victorian era Mage the Ascension game, which has a lot of like serial killer horror in it. It's pretty spoop.
That's great.
Yeah, it's on that line between like horrific and not horrific, you know?
Who doesn't love serial killers?
Good.
I think they're victims usually, but sometimes they love them.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes. All right, so folks, without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and pass it to the characters, or the players, I should say, and do a couple quick announcements, and then we are going to begin episode 5. Because we're already 5 episodes in. Can you believe that?
Wow. No.
Right? I thought this was episode 3, and I was like, All right, we're going to do this in a reverse circle tonight. Just to ruin everyone's intricately laid plans, and I'm going to pass it down to Terzelta.
I have no plans. I don't know anything. But hi, I'm Trez. I use he and him pronouns, as does my character, Ziel Avano, the Psy Warrior.
Nice. Let's pass it over to Robin.
Hello everyone, I'm Robin. I use she, her, or they, them pronouns, and tonight I am playing Thariana Somni, our Dreamborn Cleric of Zonos.
Nice. Totally the prophecy side of that for sure, right?
Oh yeah, totally prophecy. Totally prophecy. The
Totally
mask was just a coincidence.
It's just a coincidence, really. Everybody wears masks. Pass it over to Kat.
Ha! Joke's on you, regardless of the order. I'm always in the middle of this one. So, hey everyone, my name's Kat. I use she, her pronouns, as does my character tonight, Muse. She is our Owusi Tabaxi. And she is a warlock hexblade.
Nice. All right, let's go ahead and pass it up to Kel.
Hey, it's Cal from up the road. I'm excited to be here. I'm playing Sherry Fernbridge. I use she, her pronouns. So does Sherry. And do I have the highest kill count so far?
Yeah, you absolutely do.
Yep.
Oh,
Totally.
yay!
Yeah, by like
you killed,
29.
like 30 people last episode. 35 people, I think I said, because they were crowded.
Just, she is small but mighty.
And the only person confirmed to kill children.
Oof.
They're the same size as I am. I don't.
That's really true when you're a halfling.
I don't discriminate. It's equal opportunity here.
God. Hey, Kat, I think Kel's gonna beat your kill count by the end of this game.
Oh my.
I mean, Muse's
She
kill
gets
count's
killed
not
off,
very
it's good.
high.
No, I mean your all-time kill count in a game. I think that Kel's gonna max it out. Usually you're the psycho.
Yeah,
all right,
generally.
Let's pass it over to James.
Hello there, I'm James, and I use he/him pronouns, and tonight I am playing Eodin, the wildfire druid Furbolg, who also uses he/him pronouns.
And before anybody calls us on this, we had a discussion before game, and James, you asked me, because you get level 3 spells now, whether or not you could take, instead of Revivify, because you don't got much healing power in you, instead you could have Fireball. And after about like 30 seconds of half-assed consideration, I said yes, because it made sense. So if anybody calls me on that in the YouTube comment, druids don't have Fireball, well, this one does. It's weird. Roll with it. It's a game.
Yeah, fight him for it.
Please
He's
don't
just gonna
fight
cast
me.
Fireball.
I'm very tired. Oh yeah, no, fight
Fireball.
Fight the Furbog.
Just fight the druid.
Fireball.
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 Yeah.
All right, so folks, if you have not tuned into the initial games, I also want to say hello to the raid there, and raid, we are 7 followers away from hitting our 3,000 on Twitch, so it'd be great to have you there. If you are tuning in for the first time right now, this is episode 5. What has happened so far is that a group of characters have been brought together as they have traveled to the land of Exalar, which is a place walled off by a poisonous miasma that covers the countryside. Inside of this miasma is rumored to exist a cure for any known malady. Each one of the characters is suffering from something that is slowly killing them, and they have traveled here in order to find a cure for it. While seeking treatment at a wellness center, they encountered a strange being that had all manner of mercurial vicissitudes that allowed the warping and perversion of flesh. And the characters managed to escape that by the skin of their teeth after watching a lot of people die, then were immediately found by a village that turned out to be ran by a cult that is probably connected to that, only to have that cult obliterated by a local militia that showed up at the last minute, and that it ended on a cliffhanger.
It was the militia.
But
It was the militia.
It was the militia. So yeah. So that's what happened there. A couple of quick announcements for everybody. Just a quick reminder that we are getting ready to, at the end of this campaign, Tuesday nights are going to belong to Call of the Netherdeep after episode 8 of this. So I really strongly suggest you tune in. The art is phenomenal, and it will be posted on the Patreon very soon so that you can get an advanced look at the cast and crew and like what everybody's playing. It's fantastic art by our girl Ylos, and it's gonna be fantastic. And I have it under good authority. Our graphics guy is doing the overlays for those tonight, so it's gonna be beautiful. There also will probably be a trailer soon. Besides that, I want to say that my damn book's almost done. It is like I just have to finish my reader edits, and then it's out, and then I'm published again, which is great. And what's the last? Is there one more? Oh, that is, you know what, I'll go ahead and say it right now. I won't say the full thing because a couple things are still in the works about it. But some of you have been asking repeatedly, hey, Kelly, what's the deal with, like, you know, Robin's race in this? Or the sub-race that Kat's using? Or, like, Robin has a domain this episode, or this game. Those are going to be going up on the Patreon very shortly. And so if you are a patron of any tier, you will have access to the text version of that, and then maybe a fancy version will be going up on Dungeon Masters Guild or Drive-Thru-RPG. It'll be Drive-Thru-RPG because their licensing policy. I spent a lot of time reading terms and conditions today. It's going to be on Drive-Thru-RPG. I'll explain during the break. But yeah, so you'll be able to take a look at those, and if you like them, purchase them for a couple bucks, which always, you know, supports the channel, and you get some cool stuff. All right, so, all right. Y'all ready for this?
Let's do it.
Yeah.
And quick reminder, anybody who has determination, we are using D4s for determination now. You will, when you spend your determination, you will roll a 4-sided dice and add that result to whatever you roll. Yeah, that's about it. So without further ado, let's begin. Dirge for Exalar, Chapter 5, A Long and Strangled Road. It's dim here, in the lantern light. The Sherpas guided you through the mountainous terrain of Arsica, up toward the cleft between Arsica and Athonia, where a centuries-old war tore the very fabric of reality asunder. There's a place there, one that you have heard exists beyond time, or perhaps in spite of it, Sherry. The Clockwork Cloister, an ancient temple dedicated to the motions of the universe. It took you most of your advanced study to find your way there. And yet, there you are. Finally. There is dust everywhere. Your lantern light barely pierces the fog of debris. Most of the books in this room have rotted to nothing. Some of them have even wound in reverse. The room before you is an immense chamber, a circle, shaped vaguely like a light bulb. As you look up, the tower above you swells and expands, giving you a fantastical view of the broken moon glittering in the sky above you. Ylos' larger moon hangs above you, and the dark moon focuses in as Nirn's eye looks down at you. It's bad luck to be out when the two moons converge like that. The taller, wider, white one, and the black, coal-black orb forming a pupil in the center. But you're too excited. How could you not be? You've made it. The Sherpas wouldn't follow you in. And this room does have some strange physics to it. For case in point, the floor was demolished years ago, and yet you stand atop it. You float in the air, about 3 feet above where the floor would have been, on a patch of mosaic. To the right, another patch of floor. The entire rubble floats haphazardly in the air. And above you, you can see that some of the books have wound in reverse, growing into trees that branch out through the air, sucking the moisture from it. What do you do? Where do you go first? It's a huge room. And basically what it kind of looks like is that this used to be a library. But imagine a library where every book is a flake inside of a snow globe, and then shake it up. And that is what you were looking. The books are floating through the air. The bookshelves are floating through the air. Everything is just hovering.
Just gonna reach out and grab the first one. See what comes first.
You reach out and find a book, and it's the Annals of Licinius Rex, one of the first emperors of Ithonia. Back when Ithonia was such a thing to be feared.
Interesting. Put it back. Grab another one. See what else comes along. Just
There's
want to
so
see
much
everything.
knowledge everywhere.
Yes.
As you run your fingers along the spines of the book, one of the books on the shelf, you'll hear breathing. It's coming from higher up. A shelf 4 meters above you. It's floating horizontally. The shelves and books all bare and facing down toward you. You could probably reach it if you jumped from a couple of these floating piles of floor.
We'll climb up.
Okay, I want you to give me an acrobatics or athletics roll, whichever you were using, whether or not you're using like just jumping power or tumbling.
Oh, I've really got. I've got a negative in athletics, so let's try for acrobatics.
Do it.
Okay. 16.
16. All right, so you'll scrape your boots up a tiny bit, but besides that, you will manage to leap from one to the other, throwing your tiny halfling body across the air and grabbing on. And then reaching up above you, you'll see a tome bound in strange hide. The hide is greasy looking. blue and gray and black simultaneously, like an oil slick. In it, or on it, there's a word scrawled in the primordial tongue. Do you speak primordial?
No.
Give me an Arcana roll.
Okay. Yeah, I can do Arcana. 12.
12?
12 total. Yeah.
You think you can't recognize the full title, but you recognize a chunk of it, right at the center. The word limbo.
Open it.
You open it.
Mm-hmm.
As you go to, you notice that you pull it out, and it is slick to your touch. A huge metal clasp holds it shut. But as you touch it with your fingers, you'll hear and it will open. As you pull it open, the pages will begin to whip by, and you'll realize that there's a sudden gust of air pressure inside of the room, but it's not coming from the room. It's coming from the book, as the book begins to suck in all of the excess air. Something moves in the darkness at the crease at the center of the book. And this is where the dream would normally always end. The Sherpas would find you on the floor a day later, unconscious. But now, this time, that's not what happens. This time, there is a sudden shiver. A hand clamps down on your shoulder from behind, and suddenly you are standing on the grass. No, not on the grass, on the frozen ritual space that you were just in at Servant's Hollow. The woman with one eye and goat horns is standing behind you. She clamps you on the shoulder and makes a noise as you turn around. And thrusts her hand inside of your mouth. And, the next day finds you all in the back of a wagon. It's a prison transport. Sealed in. Basically a paddy wagon pulled by a pair of thick-hooved horses. The walls are reinforced, and there are rivets of a strange greenish material. That you can feel oppressing your magical essences. You've done your best to rest. There has been no other time. The soldiers were not terribly rude, but were forceful. Once again, for the second time on this journey, or perhaps third, your items have been confiscated, placed aside for later. They have allowed the cleric to maintain their holy symbol, should it be necessary to preserve that person, thing, whatever that decapitated head is, that somehow still draws breath. The whole thing is very confusing. You've also been allowed to keep your rations and medical gear, not including your elixirs and potions. And so you find yourselves in the back of the wagon, resting and being under forced bed rest. As you sit there, suddenly, from where she is sleeping, Sherry will start choking on her tongue. Ugh. What do you all do?
Diana's gonna run over, not even paying attention to the fact that her skin is now a wonderful shade of green. She's gonna go and apply, try and help wake up
Sounds
and
good.
turn over Sherry.
Can you make me a medicine check?
I would love to make you a medicine check.
In the ensuing day that you've had, so it was night when when the city was attacked, or when the town was razed, I should say. You've spent the last 12 hours in motion. It's around noon right now. And throughout the night, Thorena slept, and when she awoke up, she was no longer a hulking brute, but is now a 6'2" half-orc. How'd you do on the roll?
It's normal.
15.
Okay. You'll be able to wake her up very easily, pulling her out of this nightmarish stupor.
Sherry. Oh, God. Oh, God, thanks. Oh, wake up, Sherry. Are you okay?
Yeah, or Lorena?
Yeah, yes, I've, the
Are you
creator
okay?
has... The creator has dreamed me up a new form, I guess. I guess half-orc now.
Well, you fit a little bit better in here than you did before.
It's through.
How are you doing, little one?
Oh, the dreams. They come every so often. I'll be okay. I'll be fine.
How much longer is this ride gonna carry on?
Don't even know how far we were before we stopped in Servant's Hollow.
Doesn't feel right cooped up in here like this.
No, not really.
Need to stretch my limbs.
Escort.
And how many times have we had our equipment taken from us now?
I'm beginning to lose track, and I haven't been awake that long.
Oh, good gods. This has been ridiculous.
Yeah. Why did they give us any explanation when they put us in here, or?
Absolutely. The night passed by in a haze of blood and fire. But when you encountered them, the soldiers, the ones in the cowls and hats, held you at spear point, knife point, and gun point. Asked, well, one, a huge hulking one in the cowl and hat, stepped forward and asked, "Are you the ones from Highgarden?"
Yeah,
Yes?
that's
yes.
us.
Yes, we were there.
Kava will want to see you.
Okay.
It was then that you were introduced to the head of that regiment. A man known as Inquisitor Calvo. Calvo stood as tall as a normal human man. Broad-chested but lithe. Unlike the others of his order, wears an ornate mask beneath the hat. His bells out at the bottom, similar to like a cow catcher. I'm trying to remember the exact name. It's not a Casanova mask, but you know the type of Venetian mask I'm talking about, the one that kind of is like the big chin one, but it's like a triangle at the bottom.
Yeah. I think,
Lots
I
of
think I
jaw
know.
space, basically.
Yeah.
He approached, gave you all a look over, and in a traditional Exalarian accent, informed you that you would be coming to meet the Contessa. She will want to see what has happened.
I mean, that's where we were trying to get anyways.
My troop will transport you. For your protection until we can ensure that nothing has corrupted you like this town. You will remain in confinement. The trip should take 3 days. You have rations?
I believe so.
Yeah?
Were they procured in Servants' Hollow?
No.
Had them when we left. When we left Highgarden.
Skipped from Highgarden.
Yes.
I fear that whatever happened to Highgarden may follow still. And as he said that, he turns and looks at the remains of that strange creature with the one eye and horns that was obliterated on the ground with basically anti-tank weaponry, even though they don't have tanks yet. I guess they have Tarasques, so you know, a tank they probably have anti-tank stuff.
A mounted like cannon on the side of your horse.
No, it was
Anti-Tarasque.
an artillery thing. They actually it had like clamps in the ground.
Oh shit!
This is like- this is-
anti-Tarasque weaponry.
This is like a small cannon.
Yes.
Because they brought some siege weaponry with them. All in all, oh, thank you, James. A Bauta mask. You are absolutely correct. That is basically kind of like a modified version of what I'm thinking of. All in all, the regiment that survived that night was most of it, actually. There were 9 members of the Inquisition, as you would learn that they were called, as well as 52 regular troops. Surviving. Actually, let's find out how. Okay, cool. Okay. Out of the Inquisition, 8 survived out of the 9, and out of the regular military, 44 survived out of the 52. Which, honestly, considering they killed about 130 civilians, that's not bad. Those are good odds.
Yeah.
Wait, they killed how many?
About 130 combined.
So Sherry's really not that bad.
No,
killed
you're one
more.
person,
Very small person.
which just so we multiply it.
Yeah, it just
no,
concentrates
no,
the murder.
No, it's
Yeah.
That was murder from concentrate.
Yeah.
Yeah, do not mix.
well, we were under attack, so you're welcome.
And so that is what happened. You were allowed to transport, and are in the process of being transported north. move-
Oh, sorry.
No, please go ahead.
Did they let us keep all of our armor and everything, and just take our weaponry, or?
Yep, basically they just took your weapons.
Okay.
As you're placed inside of this, I'd like everyone here to do me a favor. As you're looking around, you will see that the inside of this transport is riveted with this strange kind of, it looks like oxidized copper.
Okay.
Little ringgits that are almost more like washers around the screws. Make me an Arcana roll.
Oh, I actually rolled well, even though
I
I'm
did
minus
too.
2.
23.
23.
21.
15.
7.
Okay. Aiden, what'd you get?
4.
Okay. As you're sitting here and just kind of looking around over the past day, Muse, you'll occasionally get this voice in your head the usual one from your blade that says, Muse, I don't like, it's like it's having a frequency block.
We're gonna be out of here soon. Be patient.
Patient pussies. Fuck.
I don't like it in here either, okay? I know you're hungry. We'll get you something to eat later.
Those of you who've been looking around, if you got a 17 or higher, sorry, Robin knows, you are going to recognize that this is made of a material called core. Particularly core dust. It is an anti-magic material, largely mined in the south. It suppresses basically all magical energy inside of a location, and when it's specifically designed like this, in a grid pattern, it basically means that any type of magic will suffer a chance at dispelling automatically, or counter magic. And that includes magical abilities. Is there anything you're doing along the voyage?
Eating.
Yeah, Aoden would probably maybe annoy everyone with some music from his Schwarm for a time.
Yeah, they would have left you with that. Sure, why not?
Loran is just gonna be probably spending most of the time looking at so
There are some very small windows, like
yeah, I was
slits.
gonna say I originally I was picturing like the Old West jail style paddy wagon where it's like just like jail bars that cover the top, but it's more like a military transport.
It's more like a
one.
military transport, right? So I need you to picture
Yeah.
like an old 1920s paddy wagon, but there are little strips.
Little portholes, maybe?
It's more like a strip of wood about 3 feet wide and about 3 inches tall that you can see out of, like arrow slits almost,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
with bars spaced every foot along it. There's one along each wall. Pardon me, there are 2 along each wall because the walls are about 7 feet long. So there's 3 foot, 3 foot, and 3 foot, 3 foot, and there is one along the door that is a bit larger. That's about the size of a shoebox.
Meanwhile, while we're all relaxing, anyone who looks over at Muse as she's talking to her armbands is noticing she's just kind of like she's just kind of like flicking up and down the wall of this wagon and the bars with her tail. She looks like a bored cat.
Yep.
100%.
Right over there.
She is acting like a bored cat.
You gonna get the zoomies too and run around the...
Oh god. This trip is so boring.
I know.
We had
That's
such an
what-
exciting couple of days, and now we're stuck at this for 3 days.
Oh, we almost died several times.
At least it wasn't being stuck in a wagon for 3 days.
About protection and transport.
Against what is what I want to know.
I mean,
They seem to know what's going on.
Probably against ourselves.
I was thinking.
Let's
Sure,
just be
there's-
thankful they're taking all of us and not just Flynn's head.
This is
Yes.
true. It could be worse.
That's a good
Who's
point.
his head anyway? Is he even
I think
awake
they
yet?
have it.
Aoden will pull out Flynn's head. See if it's still bottled up.
Pull it out of what?
Oh. Well, you would
I
have
guess-
had it as... They didn't leave us with our kits, did they? Never mind.
No, I mean, but he's in the back with you, but where, is he just
Is he in a bag? Or...
Oh, no, he was stashed in one of my backpacks, as far as I understand.
what else is in that backpack?
Let's see.
What pointy is in that backpack?
Not actually
He comes out
much.
losing teeth from the hiking pittance.
No. Oh no.
Hi guys.
Don't put your friend's head in an uncomfortable location. That, you know what? Take that however you want. Just don't do it. They're your friends.
Yeah.
If you come across a situation like that, you could question what's going on first.
No, just make sure your friend's head is comfortable and then ask questions later. Then you can say you did everything you could.
So he's in there probably with a pack of torches, a water skin, tinderbox. I would have wrapped him with a length of leather. I do have some of that.
Like a bandana?
Leather, tinder, and head all in one place. That's great. Okay, so with that maturity in mind, I would like everyone to do me a favor right now. I need saving throws. And the saving throws I would like from you is, Muse, I would like a strength saving throw from you. I would like an intelligence saving throw from ZL, a con save from Thorena and Aoden, and from Sherry, I would like definitely a con save.
No, because I have none.
Sorry, you said con for me there?
Con
Kelly?
for the three of you. Is that a total of 4?
So seven.
Seven.
Sorry.
Okay.
12 for me.
12 for you.
-2.
-2. Okay. Did you roll a 1?
14.
Holy cow.
Or did
19.
Did you roll a 1? Okay.
I rolled a 2.
Okay, good. That's better than that. Okay. And Aoden.
14 for me.
14. Okay. Aoden, you are quite cold, but you are going to just eke by on that roll. The fire inside of you, you are basically puffing up constantly to try to keep your innards warm inside of here, and are bundled up with quite a bit. Honestly, you might feel a little bit like you are trying to hatch an egg at this point between you and Finn's head, just trying to keep both of you warm. Sherry, what did you get on your roll?
19.
19.
Yeah.
You are going to feel
Mild discomfort.
but overall a little better.
Okay.
The dream
Yeah.
is what is eating away at you more than anything. Remembering what it was like to taste that blood and filthy flesh in your mouth. The salt of it, the bile of it,
Yeah.
clings to the inside of your mind. The rest of you, Muse, as you are waiting, you are going to start developing a tremble. Your muscles are going to feel exhausted, even easier than they normally would. I would like you to do me a favor, my friend, and that is,
Okay.
I want you to roll me a d4.
One.
Okay, cool. Cool. Your muscles are going to start trembling. Can you do me a favor? Can you roll me a d8, please?
Okay. 8.
Cool. Subtract 8 permanent hit points. Your malady has increased to stage 2. Oh, pardon me. I'm gentle at this stage. Subtract 4 permanent hit points.
Okay.
I have systems and rules for each one of you individually. It's ridiculous.
Amazing. I can't wait to see that after like the last episode. I'd love to see that.
So relieved I
Eight.
rolled a 19.
Okay. So, Kat, you are just going to start to feel weaker and more frail. Thorena, I need you to do me a favor. You got a 12?
I got a 7.
A 7.
Real big roll.
I need you to do me a favor, and as your blood begins to thin even further, I want you to roll me a d4.
Okay. 2.
Okay. Do me a favor, and 1 second, please. Okay, and sounds good. Your blood has gotten thinner over the past day. And as it has, you've been finding a tingling numbness creeping into your fingers, toes, your extremities. Your blood can't carry the vital nutrients, the vital flow that it needs to empower you. I want you to do me a favor, and it is to roll me a d3. Tell me what you get.
Okay. So 4 would be 2. Yeah, 2.
Okay. Lower your dexterity by a d4 permanently.
Oh no! Okay, it's 1. It's back down to 11, which is back down to... No! I just spent my ability points.
I would remind you that there are cures for this in your bags.
That are away from us right
That
now.
are-
Yes.
That we don't
when you get
have.
those. Finally, Ziel. I need you to do me a favor, my friend. You rolled a 12.
Yep.
You were the one.
Yes.
I would like you to... I want you to do me a favor and roll me a d100.
Oh.
And tell me what you get.
98.
Oh. You are going to... Ooh, actually, hold on 1 sec, please. There we go.
Consulting the extra evil chart.
I'm consulting the charts that are slightly nicer. Like, that
Oh,
nicer
Oh,
for role
okay.
playing.
Not
Slightly
the
nicer
extra
for
evil
role playing,
ones.
For role playing. Actually, what I'm going to ask you to do is roll me a d4,
Okay.
and then roll me a d6.
Okay.
This is a much better chart than what I was using. So,
So the D4 is a 1.
cool. Okay.
D6 is a 5.
As you're sitting there, you hear a voice. Shouldn't even be here. I hate this place. Never should have taken the assignment. Should just taken the coin and gone home. Why the hell did I decide to go north, Ylos tits? All of you are hearing this voice come out of Ziel's mouth. And Ziel, it is at that point you realize that your mouth is what's saying this.
What?
Ziel, I'm going to send you a private message real quick.
Okay.
For the remainder of the day, add this to your flaws.
I think while this is happening and Thorana kind of looks at her pale skin and it's looking even thinner and more translucent and blue, she's going to like try and like bang on the wall that's against the carriage, like where the men are, and say, "Excuse me, we need. There are some items in those bags that we need. We need the elixirs."
You'll hear the sound of hoofbeats next to you. One of the Inquisitors rides up next to you. Can you do me a favor? Make me a persuasion roll. And I'm gonna roll to see which one you get. Oh, thank God, you got the nice one.
Nice. You know what? I'm going to use my desperation as well.
Okay.
On top of that, I rolled a 2. That is balls. Oh well. 17.
You'll hear a soft, lilting voice come from behind a curved-jawed mask, like a half-moon mask. Oh, yes? What did you need out of your belongings?
Oh, I need the elixir. It's a gray-like substance.
I know what it is. How many of you need your dosage?
Who needs it?
Can we hear this as well? Like, I guess this is all just a small. We're in a small
Yeah,
wagon.
you can absolutely hear this.
I definitely could.
I'm okay.
I'm not feeling too well.
Fine.
Give me just a moment. And she'll ride forward, and you hear her have some hushed words with the senior inquisitor. A moment later, she rides back. You're fortunate. The inquisitor is feeling particularly well inclined to you. He is a very compassionate man. One moment. They are in your belongings?
Yes.
Yes.
She dismounts her horse and climbs onto the front of the wagon. A moment later, a little slot at the front of the cart will go and a small box will thrust through, almost like a drawer. Inside of it, you will see that there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You know what? They probably don't believe in keeping. You know, let me just see if they keep needles safe here. Okay. There are 4 syringes, and your cordials are there. So you have 8. You have so your medicines, your cordials are there, but that is all they are providing at this moment. So your decoctions, your catholicon, and your tinctures are not there.
Okay.
Kelly,
Yes.
I had 2 of them. Did they grab the whole one, or did they grab the one that I had that was cracked?
They had grabbed all of them. So you have 8
Okay.
medicines and 2 cordials
Okay.
in the slot right now.
Muse is gonna grab one.
Okay.
Yeah.
It flows into your veins smoothly. You will regenerate those hit points as temporary hit points.
Okay.
Please make a note on the side, though, for if you lapse in treatment, you will lose additional to the lost.
Okay, so if she lapses, she's gonna lose an additional 2 permanent.
Yep. The damage is done.
Okay.
You guys wanted a rough game.
Okay.
The damage
Rough.
is done, and what you can do is basically put a crutch on it. So
Nice.
that will restore those hit points basically as temporary hit points. You'll lose them first. But yeah, anything short of like a pretty high-powered restoration spell is not going to get those back, and it's not going to cure the lesser restoration will restore those 4 hit points. I will say,
Okay.
but lesser restoration will only restore 1 side effect or 1 lessening. So if you lost another 5, it would heal the 5 of the 4.
Okay. Good to know.
Thorana will also do the same.
Okay. Then that will regenerate that ability point for until the next time you take. Or you miss your dose. Basically, you need this once a day right now to keep that
Once a
up.
day.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. Anybody else want it?
Ziel's gonna notice the cracked one and kind of pick it up. And you also notice he's gonna get kind of twitchy. Cracked. Useless. And he's gonna crush it with his hands.
Ziel, what are you doing?
Cracked file is good for nobody.
You don't know that. You could have tried.
Aiden, do you need one?
No, I think I'll be well enough. I'm just. If anyone's got an extra blanket or something. Oh. Feels like the damned winter chill is creeping in.
Ziel, are you okay? You seem a bit twitchy and easily aggravated. I don't know what your side effects of your malady are, but You seem a little more rough than usual.
Don't know if it's me. Malady, I don't know what's going on. I don't even know where that voice came from.
Yeah, that's concerning. Do you need to take one?
Maybe. Considering I just crushed one.
Yeah, you kind of wasted one. That's not great. We need you level-headed.
I should take
Get
it.
to the Contessa. It should help.
Do you take one?
Yeah, so Ziel will take one and feel really awful about what just happened.
That will. So you are down to 5 now, and that will suppress that thing I sent you.
Right?
And given that you were taking a nice long look, does anybody have any visible scars, by the way?
I don't think so.
Oh,
Aoden will have burns in various places on.
Yeah, you were starting to get thoughts. So
Yeah, he's gonna take it quick because
Muse probably does actually have a few scars on her.
Yeah, so you're gonna settle down after thinking about that for a bit and going like, what the shit?
And Muse is going to turn to Aiden and be like, "Oh, well, I don't have any blankets or anything, but you can have the top layer of my leather if you'd like."
If it's not too much trouble.
Barry
And-
will also offer Aoden her very little cloak.
And Muse is going to like
Black
undo the
blanket?
front of her like leather armor top and take it off, and she's wearing like a not much underneath. and she hands it to Aiden.
It's fine.
Thanks. He's gonna like kind of put one on one shoulder, one on the other.
I know it's not much, but you could probably use it more than I can.
He'll just kind of puff away on his pipe in frustration. Actually, I think Aoden would probably try experimenting with that. He might try to produce flame. See if he can make like a little just like a little candle flame he can kind of hold in his hand.
Give me a wisdom check with disadvantage.
Okay. You got it.
You can add your proficiency to it.
8.
8. You're gonna struggle, and it's gonna like spark. And it's just gonna not work.
He'll kind of be muttering some curses in Druidic.
Yeah, Therena's gonna try and cast Detect Poison and Disease.
Okay, make me a wisdom check with disadvantage. You may use your proficiency.
Sweet. Dice. Dice. Darn. I don't think that's gonna get it there. Yeah, 11.
11. Who are you casting on?
So it's range self and it lasts 10 minutes, so it's just within 30 feet I can see diseases, poison, and poisonous creatures.
Okay, so you are going to be able to see the maladies lurking inside of Muse, and that's... You can definitely tell there's something wrong with Sherry, but you can't determine exactly what it is, but you will see that there's something creeping through Muse right now. A particularly virulent strain of some disease that is... You've never really encountered it before. But if you want, you can make me a medicine roll to see.
I would love to.
Muse, did you come up with a name for this?
I have not actually.
That's okay.
22.
22? Yes.
I figure she spent quite a few years just floating from sick bay to sick bay, so I'm sure she's picked up
That's-
quite a arrangement of diseases.
So she has something that is known as, then I'll just name it if you haven't had a chance to. I will say that it is called the Deep Doom, or Doom of the Deep.
Ooh.
It is a
Doom of
disease
the
that
Deep.
primarily affects water-based creatures, particularly those that live in very, very... It's basically an underwater plague.
Okay.
It can only spread through extended contact through water. And generally isn't seen much. It's one of those things that there are a lot of inoculations that that young children, particularly Tritons, get to keep them from catching this these days. It's the equivalent of chicken pox, but that will kill you.
Right.
So yeah, so I'm gonna write that down so I don't forget.
Me too.
Yep, I've written that down.
Would Sherry ever have cast detect disease or poison on herself? Because Sherry has that. Would she have ever?
You
done
may
that?
have. Yeah, basically. So it's big pox. It's
Yeah.
big deep pox. Deep pox.
Deep pox.
You may have, yeah. So you know that there's something inside of you that is.
Okay, but I don't know what it is. But I know there's something.
You can.
Should we give
You
it
can
a go?
make me an intelligence check
Okay.
to see if you would have done it and looked it up. So just give
Okay.
me flat int, d20 plus int, mod.
21.
Okay, so yeah, you did look it up, and
Okay.
you are pretty certain what it is.
Okay.
The variety of it, however, is definitely something you're unsure of.
Okay.
If you went and visited a cleric in your homeland, they had no idea what to do, because attempts to normally this can be cured by lesser restoration. That didn't work, and that cost basically your grant funding,
yeah.
because lesser restoration costs about 300 gold, I think.
I can look it up right now because I have that spell. Lesser restoration costs.
Let's see.
Why doesn't this one show? It just says VNS. Great.
All right, it's just verbal and somatic, but it usually costs about 300 for it to get done to you. Greater restoration or regular restoration takes. That's Pathfinder, Kelly, isn't it? Yeah.
I think greater is like at least a diamond of 100 or something like that.
Yeah, it gets pretty expensive getting
Yeah.
services done.
Okay.
All right. So yeah, you know that is there, and feel free to look those up because you did some research. So it's spelled like salad, but wrong.
Oh, okay.
Here, I'll just send you a.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll check it out. Marcy. Oh, yeah. Oh, okay.
And with that, you travel for a bit while longer. About an hour passes, when suddenly you hear some commotion at the front of the convoy. About half hour before, you passed a fork in the road, veering right. Those of you that had any idea of any type of geography get the sense that you're headed in the correct direction. You're probably not going to be murdered as you pass. But instead, you'll hear a few horses draw up short and some men complaining. I don't know rightly what it is. What's going on here? You hear at the front some murmuring. Some chattering. And then a moment later, you'll see eyes look into your cart. There's a change of plans. We're taking you a different way.
What happened?
The road is blocked. None of our carts can make it through.
Blocked by what? Could we help? Could we move it by magic?
No. No, I think not. We will be going the long way around. Troops!
How long is the long way around?
Everyone else, continue onward on foot. I don't want you to be in the woods when night falls. Make it to the other side. Dagov, Akhtari, you will come with me.
As we're turning around, can Thoranda try and like peek through the slits and see
Absolutely.
what's...
Give me a perception roll if you're
Can
trying
we
to do
see
that.
anything? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the same.
We're all lined up looking out the at the holes.
Oh, not good, Thoranda. 11.
Now, the forest around you is massive and dense. And as you're glancing out, Thoranda, you are going to see that on the other side of the crowd of men, someone has felled several immense trees. I'm talking like sequoia trees
Oh, sure.
across the center of the road.
So too big for Aoden, even.
Yeah, too big for Aoden, too big for even like decent magic would take probably too long. It's about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and given the rough daylight fading, you think that you have about maybe 3 hours of sunlight left.
Is there anybody still like around the wagon?
Yes.
On the outside?
Yes, there are.
Excuse me, how long is the long way going to be?
The large, orcish sounding man will lean over. Probably adds about an extra day. Less if we're quick.
Okay. It could be worse.
So, in that case, do you think we could at least get out and stretch our legs for a minute?
I mean, where are we gonna go?
No, we need to put as much daylight in front of us as possible. Trust me, kitty. You don't want to be out in the woods at night in Exalar.
Well, like, I don't mean, like, stop. I mean, you can walk along with the convoy. Just like to not be in here for a little bit. That's all.
Well, I want a thick bowl of soup and a nice fat hawk, but it's not happening.
Well,
Just
I mean, there's a little thin one in here.
yeah, he looks pretty delectable, but he's not my type. Looking right at Ziel.
Of course he does.
I want you to know we have maladies. We only have a certain amount of these doses left. We need to get there as soon as possible.
One of the horses will pull up short, and the woman you spoke to before will say, "Yes, and that is why we are getting you there as quickly as we can. You are not prisoners. You are precious cargo. Consider yourselves cherished."
If I might say something, like Aaron lean over towards the window, just put his whole head kind of brushing people out of the way.
Ow! Ow!
I know the woods well. I mean, all the woods well, and I got keen eyes. I'd be more use outside of this carriage than in. Just saying, might be good to have me out there if there's going to be trouble.
Absolutely, monsieur. And your utility has been noted.
What does that mean?
It means you
It
probably
means they're gonna keep us in here.
and you probably can't run this fast. Yeah! And at that, the horses are going to break into a gallop, and the cart is going to lurch forward as they start to stress the draft horses into as much of a gallop as they can while still dragging a cart full of 5 1/4 people.
Could I try and cast, like, I don't know, lesser restoration on the horses? To make them, like, not
You may-
tire out as fast?
You may try. You can give me a...
We're gonna get anything out of the cart. It'll kind of fizzle out before.
So you can go ahead and
Reach
give
your
me,
hand out.
Give me a wisdom plus proficiency with disadvantage. Lesser restoration is 2 or 3. I can't remember.
It is level 2.
Level 2, so you need to hit at least 12 on your disadvantage.
I rolled 2 10s, so that's gonna be 17.
Okay, so calling down the power from Zonos, you're going to drop a lesser restoration on the horses, and the horses are going to be able to keep up a solid gallop as they are pushing onward. As they do, you are going to head back to the fork in the road and veer north. As you are there, you are going to see an old wooden signpost, rotted and half attached to its plank. Anybody who wants to, give me a perception roll to see if you can read it as you race by.
I want to read it.
19.
19?
17.
17?
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Okay, you guys are really good at reading fast. I love it.
Eagle eyes.
Okay. You are headed north. It says Barrel, or Burl. So B-E-R-L-E, Barrel. 5 miles. And it should probably be 15 miles probably from here. My bad. But about an hour and a half north of here. And you will see that there is another barely on there. So if you got at least a 17, you'll see that there's a second post beneath it that is hanging on by a nail. And you will see out of the corner of it the words Fort Fearlight. With that, the cart continues to press northward. And you make your way toward the town of Barrel and Fort Fearlight. And as you do, I'd like an insight roll off of everyone.
Uh, 17.
17?
At 14.
21.
16.
16?
Wait, do I have anything to do? Oh, wait,
I have
21.
an 8. Okay.
Sorry.
And I have an 8 at +7.
You know what? Honestly, they're probably going to let you out to walk in about an hour, and you're feeling pretty good about this. You calculate how long it's going to take these horses. You're like, about an hour, hour 15. We'll be able to make it to, like, that town. I can stretch a little bit, maybe take a whiz. Be nice not having to pee in this jar. At least they gave us a cork.
Ugh.
The rest of you get this sinking feeling in your guts, and those of you who got above a 15, which I think is everybody who succeeded, are going to feel like eyes are watching you from the thick primordial woods on either side of the trail. And with that, I think this is a good place to take our break for the night, because you're not going to be able to after this. Ha ha!
Oh,
Goody.
joy.
Oh
Goody.
no.
Wonderful.
All right, so folks, we'll be right
all
back.
goes from
Don't
here.
go anywhere. So, folks, this is the part of the program where we're going to talk to you, the chat. Put 15 minutes on the clock or less, and let's talk about things. So first off, folks, as we're going into this, I wanted to say thank you very much for leading into, like, the crappy we're in a cart scene. Because, like, players hate that, and I think it's sad that I have to do this, but, like, the number one thing that I always hated when I started playing D&D, like back in college, was my best friend used to do things like, all right, you wake up and you're naked and don't have your weapons on you or any of your armor. And I just, like, every episode, every one shot he'd run would be that, and I would want to just string him up. But honestly, in this situation, I'm like, well, like, your weapons are literally 5 feet that way.
The first thing that went through my mind when you said, "Oh yeah, you know, you're in a wagon," and it's like, "Oh, finally, you're awake."
Right?
Because
Do you know how hard it was not to do that, by the way? I actually considered having a guy in the back with you that when you went around and be like, they caught me trying to cross the border.
Yeah, I think everybody had that scene.
They shot me right in the knee.
Thanks, Roloff. Oh, yeah, that's all I could think of was just, oh, finally you're awake.
I used to think that I was a dragonborn myself. But then I realized I was a gnome. Forever a gnome.
Forever a gnome.
I mean, magic is a wonderful thing, right?
I want to ask everybody. I want to ask everybody a big favor right now. For no particular reason, I want to draw your attention to something, and this is a general call out to all of our fans. And I'm not promising anything, but I want you to tell me, when you think of our homebrew setting of Ylos, what do you think of? I want you to start encapsulating this, because if you look at it's not on this one, but if you look at the spines of Wizards of the Coast products for campaign settings, you'll notice that Curse of Strahd has a symbol. Ravnica and Therios have symbols. Let's see what else has symbols. Eberron and a couple of others all have like their campaign world symbols. I'm in the process of designing one to use for Ylos, but I need to know like what you think of. Now, I don't want you to design a symbol. I don't want you to do that, because then technically then we get into like copyright.
We have people for that.
I have somebody for that too, but I would probably have to like buy the rights off you then, because I'd want to use this in future products. But like, I want to know like what you think of about the setting, right? So like the Broken Moon, yeah, like stuff like that. Like I want to know like what you think of that kind of encompasses everything, because it's like everything from like the Shards of Nirn to like Reign of Emrys to Exalar. Like it's a very diverse setting. Mm-hmm. We haven't even gotten to the crazy like primitive stuff yet.
I'm wondering about like if you do something fun with like the actual words, because it's like only 4 letters. You could do like maybe a cool graphic that like you see them within the thing kind of thing. I don't know. Like there's some designs that have like. It
is very important though that I just want to reiterate this, because I know I got some artists who listen and are listening right now, and I have artists that help out and like that work for the channel as well. This is mine. I'm on point on this. So like, because if I have to put this, if I have to stamp this on future things that I write, I need to have creative control.
It needs
on
to
this
be yours
one.
For sure. Yeah.
But then I'll let somebody else make it look good. I'll be like, it needs to be this, but good. Yes, this. That's the relationship that it's going to be on this one. Yeah. Just making sure, because Mike makes everything look pretty, but this one,
yes,
one's. I've got this one. Taking the fight at the movie. So yeah, that's something that I'm looking at. Because like I said at the beginning, we are going to be releasing like special content for Drive-Thru RPG and the Patreon soon. So I'm really excited, because we are 5 patrons away on Patreon from hitting our next goal, where a bunch of cool stuff is going to start happening on the channel once that occurs. And yeah, I think you're really going to like it. At 100, things are going to get real big. I can't wait for 100 patrons. Even if it's just $1 each, that'd be really super cool.
Also, Nacro, then it becomes a which continent?
Yeah, I've been tweaking the. You know what? I'll show you that real quick. Can I actually? It's gonna be
Because
real.
there
freaky.
are a few of them.
There
Yeah.
are 10 continents on Ylos that are known.
I think of when I think of Ylos, I think of
You think of Toulouse and Argene,
yeah.
because those are the big ones.
I also
so-
think of dragons too. But
I primarily think of dragons.
Yeah, I feel like maybe I overdid the dragons, but I don't know.
Ooh, three
Yeah,
moons?
the
That'd
moons
be
is what
nice.
I think of a lot too.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
there's only
the
two and a
moon-
half moons. There's two and change. One
Two
moon-
in a vestigial ring.
So the moons got named a while ago. So you guys should take a look at the wiki sometime, because my god, I added a lot to the Ylos page. The moons are presently named Cortanus and Lotun. Cortanus, the common moon, is an above average sized moon, roughly 1.7 size. The Earth's moon has a yellow and blue hue similar to Europa. Is visible year-round in its various phases. Lotun, the dark moon, is a small, dense moon, roughly a third the size of Cortanus, or half the size of Earth's moon. Its title derives from the fact that, due to its orbit and dark iron-gray color, it is only visible a few days each month. It is also called Riotor by the dragons in honor of the legendary copper dragon that hides it most nights of the month, according to their mythology.
And what was the broken moon called?
The broken moon was called Ari, or something similar to that. Thus, the stone of Area. Or I think it's
Yes.
because it's literally the flagship of the vessel when that moon got blued up. That
Yes.
so it's not really called anything. It's just called like broken parts and stuff like that. I haven't really named it yet.
it's called trash. Sky trash.
Sky trash.
But yeah, like the two moons with like the not a ring, but the
I like that we were doing the ring and then Amy vetoed it super hard.
and I'm just like, give us a ring because it's so cool.
She didn't want to put a ring on it.
Yeah,
Oh, Amy's right
which is
here.
Dumb.
Amy's right in the chat, so that's great. I think the history is super good on this so far. Like it's really good and vague, because it has to be vague at times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love some of this though, because you actually get like the entire history of the Adventurers Guild. Also, the king of Toulouse is descended from a JoJo, which is pretty great. If anybody noticed that, it's literally Queen Dangvin Talos I descends to her father's throne, a move which balks Arginian gender traditions and further isolates Toulouse. Dangvin ends up marrying Joe Jotun, a human cook and amateur wrestler.
Oh
Their prolific
my!
love and long lives, due to Dangvin's elven heritage and Joe's clean living and workout regimen, secure the kingdom's future through the birth of an astounding 23 heirs. They got busy. That's very busy.
Just a bit.
Now I gotta ask you something, Kelly.
Joe. What?
I'm curious because you're a writer and story creator by
At times.
profession at times, but is it weird creating your history for the world that's being improvised that you have a good chunk of control over, but ultimately is left to some improv from people? Is it weird that you've crafted this like backstory and then there's this chunk of shards that is improvised and the chunk of rain which it was improvised? Is that weird?
At times. I think that it's the trick is to compartmentalize. Because then you can control everything outside of the bread box. Right? So like everything outside of this box, I've got Schrodinger's box, but I know where the rest of the cats are. Right? So if I know where 9 out of 10 of the
you
cats
know where
are,
they are.
I only know where this one is.
yeah, she's right there.
Okay, there they are.
So
Okay.
I think that one of the benefits of doing world building like this, Robin, on that question, is you're never done world building, because if you are, you haven't done it right. there's always so many things going on in the world at any given point that if you're like, oh yeah, so there's this region. I improv'd a few days ago a few games ago in this. I mentioned, what the hell was it? It was either this game or something. I mentioned Scaramouche, that someone was traveling through like the Scaramouche Islands or something like that.
Yeah.
And I literally just pulled the name out of my head because I had Bohemian Rhapsody going through my head. I'm not gonna lie. It was Scaramouche, and I'm like, okay, where Scaramuccia? I was like, where is Scaramuccia? And I'm like, well, okay, so Scaramuccia is somewhere important, and they have slaves. That because I said Scaramuccian slavers. So I'm like, okay, cool. So there is a slave port somewhere, which sucks, but it's a fantasy world, so there are going to be slavers. They're the bad guys.
Yeah.
So they're probably, I'd say probably near Sargassio, which is where all of the undead people go. And then I designed the map accordingly. And one of the things I've done from like the map that we've had right now is the land of the dead has been progressively like pushed further and further off the continent because I was like, there's no way they would just let like an entire continent of like the undead just show up in their backyard. There needs to be a little bit of water separation.
They're just like, no.
Well, and then so if you look at the original map, Exalar is quite large. And I'm like, that's a lot of land for this like plague to cover, like this miasma. Yeah. So then I was like, I did another version of the map where there's another country on top of Exalar, where basically it was like Exalar and Alazar used to be one country, and then like the plague just went and cut it in half. And then I broke up some stuff to the south and added an extra couple countries too, because it's a big freaking continent. Like it's a continent the size of like North America, South America. There's gonna be about a dozen different countries. It's fantasy times, right? Mm-hmm. And I'm actually really excited because when we were running tonight, I asked Kel where her character's backstory took place, and she looked at the map and she picked the Astral March, and I'm like, oh, the Nether March has not been approached at all. It's something that was randomly rolled during a generation night, and I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. Let's go with that. And it's literally where a war had enough people die that it tore a rip in like the fabric of reality, which is pretty cool. The mist is just a god in physical form. Basically, you know, he's just very misty. He's just psh, 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 psh. I think it's good. Oh, wait. I know what the symbol is. Never mind. We're good.
Okay.
Oh, you got it? Okay.
We're...
Cool.
Oh, that's so self-aggrandizing, but I have to.
But do it anyway.
Do it.
Now you have to.
Ryan Reynolds' face.
I'm very curious what it is now.
I can't tell you for another 12 months.
Oh, jeez.
Because I've plotted that far ahead.
Ooh, that's exciting.
Which, I mean, is pretty obvious, like, which game I'm talking about. It's obviously Stormheart. It's obviously the next game that I'm going to run, the next one-shot, or the next short run. I really want to run a bunch of weird stuff, guys. Like, I really do.
I like weird.
Weird's fun.
Weird's good.
Fun.
I like weird.
I've got so many new role-playing games on the shelf now. I really want to run... If you couldn't tell, I really want to run The Witcher, because this is basically The Witcher that we're looking at right now.
Yeah.
Like, we're basically in The Witcher right now. Mm-hmm. So everybody save your outfits. We can spin them and make them into The Witcher.
Sure. Got it down.
Yeah.
I feel like my character looks far too bright for The Witcher.
Have you ever played The Witcher?
Yes.
Just take off the white.
Yeah.
Fair.
And the ears. Take off the ears.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Take it off slow.
Because I think Witchers would probably just be like, monster, slice.
Not unless somebody paid them.
Good point.
The Witchers are I never understood the Witchers as much as when it became a self-employed freelancer.
They are absolutely just... Mm-hmm. If you give me money, okay.
Contract.
Otherwise, it's your problem.
Well, it's also that other thing where it's like when I do contract work and people are like, Oh yeah, so yeah, this will only take you like 10 minutes. I'm like, okay, so an hour?
Yeah.
And they're like, but it's only 10 minutes. The last person only charges 10 minutes. I'm like, the last person isn't
Is
me.
an idiot.
Yeah.
I have to get up and sit at my computer and open a file and send an email. That's at least 30 minutes work
Yep.
because I'm contract. I round up. And it's like, it feels scummy at first when you're doing it.
No.
And then you're just like, well, it does when, because like I've got that whole Protestant work ethic thing, right?
Oh.
I'm like a middle class American. Like this is what like from the
Oh,
Midwest.
okay.
Like this is what we do, right? So like that took a while for me to get into, and thankfully it was belonging to a union for a while that actually really did it. Where I was like, oh yeah, okay, so I'm 5 minutes. If I'm 1 minute over the hour, whatever. If I'm 5 minutes over the hour, I round up to the next half hour because my time is valuable. Also, things like, you know, when you go to a job and like you're supposed to get into a job early to clock in and do some tasks before you start. It's like,
Oh, that's so dumb.
No.
it's
Yeah,
like, I think that's wage theft. I think that you're
Yeah.
telling me to
Literally.
be there early. Because like, I think you should get paid the moment you walk into the door. If the moment you're expected to be there is the moment you should
Yeah.
get paid.
Yeah.
Or if you come early and have to get like change, like I know a lot of people at my job like work in the kitchen, so they have to get changed into their kitchen outfit, or like I know some people purposely like go to the gym in the morning and then change into the work stuff. It's like, yeah, the moment you're ready to go should be the time.
Yeah, and also if you're working food, you should get food, or at least a hell of a discount.
Mm-hmm.
I hate the idea of like working at fast food and then like there's so many fast food places that don't give you food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They'll throw the food away rather than A, donate it, which is now illegal in certain parts of Europe, which I love.
Yeah.
And B, like you're not allowed to take it. Like it's ridiculous. Any good food place will do two things. Number one, they'll pay their wait staff. They'll pay their dishwashers well. If you find a place with a well-paid dishwasher, stay there. Because it's a good place and they know how to pay their people. Because if the dishwasher quits, the entire kitchen dies.
Falls apart.
Yeah.
Everybody treats the dishwasher like crap till he's not there.
Exactly.
Speaking as a former dishwasher. The other is that they feed you. Because if they can afford to feed you, you'll stay. It's actually really easy to buy people. It takes food.
Seriously, yeah. That's all it really takes. Like, oh, you need help moving? Buy me a pizza.
Seriously,
Totally.
I used to work at a hotel where they do like this gourmet breakfast every morning for all the guests, and then at 10:30 when most of the guests were checked out, all the staff would sit down and eat together.
Yep.
Damn.
Yeah, it was really great. I gained so much weight because it's like
Yep.
like beautiful
that
food.
checks out.
That's the hard thing with Spinnakers is I get up to $20 free for my lunch.
Nice.
So
Yeah.
I cut like a third of my grocery bill in half, or a third of my grocery bill's gone because I get paid lunch. But it's like, okay,
It
gotta.
makes a difference. And
Yeah.
like
What?
I was gonna say the hotel managed to keep us because the evening and night shift didn't have access to that, so they left us plates.
Nice.
And I'm sorry, but people wrapping up a plate for you to have for dinner,
Yeah.
that makes you, you know, that whole like we're a family here thing that they always try, that actually worked because we're like,
Yeah.
oh, and also they were like a really good place to work. I have dreams that I still work there sometimes. That's the job I wake up and I'm like, oh, I don't have to. Oh, I kind of would like to go back to work there. Like, they're really nice people. I like doing concierge stuff. I like helping people. It's fun. But Kat, you were saying something.
Yeah, like one of my issues with working at Pizza Hut is I get free pizza.
Yeah, that'll do it.
That's a problem.
Just get vegetables on your pizza. Get corn on your pizza. It'll be good.
Corn.
Watch Korean food videos. You'll see some interesting.
Or live in Japan because a corn
live in
mayo
Japan, yes.
pizza, corn mayo
Asian-
tuna. They got that for me once when Okay, so we're gonna go back. We're a minute or two over. Super quick story. Then we're gonna hop back in. When I was teaching English in Japan, so like being a big loud white American dude is like the Japanese teachers that I dealt with absolutely loved me for that reason. Not because of who I was, but because I represented a big, loud, white American dude. And what that allowed them to do was live vicariously as a big white American dude. So what they would do is they'd be like, oh, Kelly's coming today. That means we're ordering pizza. Where normally they would have like a really conservative lunch, but they'd be like, oh, well, we have to because the American's here. We have to be hospitable. Meanwhile, I'm like, I brought my lunch, guys. I've got like a bento box that I made myself with like rice and salmon. And they're like, no, we're getting
out of your
pizza.
bento, and they just want to eat pizza.
They just want to eat pizza. And they're all like daring me to try like, oh, spicy food, spicy food. They've got like a bottle of Tabasco. And I'm like, oh, very hot.
my.
Very hot. It was great though.
Meanwhile, I sneak in 3/4 of the bottle.
Seriously. Well, and then they would do lots of fun stuff like that too. Like they definitely live vicariously because it's a very formal society for the most part, very reserved. But everybody loves calling you by your first name. Because they don't generally do that, right? So, but when they get it, they get to be like, Kelly! They love that. Nobody called me Mr. Clark. They were like, Kelly! Kelly! It was good. And I'm like, well, all right. They just love that. They love the energy that they get off of. Final memory of that was my favorite thing was I was traveling with my ex-girlfriend at the time, and we met up with some people, and they were like, hey, you American? And I was like, yeah, American. They were like, all right, super cool. And then they turned to my ex and they went, American? And she goes, Canadian, kind of like doing that whole like, and they were just like, which basically is like, what the fuck is a Canadian? I have never seen her just go like, woof, like just depower,
Just wilt.
deflate. It was so good because she was so smug Canadian about it. Because the thing is that like Canadians love that they can travel anywhere in the world with a Canada patch and they'll generally be accepted because nobody really dislikes Canada that much.
Yeah.
But you are never a rock star like an American in certain parts of Asia. Oh my God. People love it.
Good to know. I will always
get an
cosplay an American.
Cosplay an American. It's great. It's good. You get to just guide and smash your way through things. It's wonderful. All right. So that was
Speaking of smashing.
It's a smashing time to get back to game. Snap into a Slim Jim.
Oh, I left my Rockstar in my car. Oh, well.
Do you need to run out and grab it?
No, it's okay. I've got a little bit of orange pop. I've got some Sprite.
All right. Thank you very much for your
water.
patience as I relived my glory days as a teacher.
Kelly!
Kitty! Yeah. Yeah, I've got so many. One day I'll tell you the story about the time that a guy gave me his life story in the first 5 minutes of knowing him when I didn't understand half of what he was saying. It's a very, very interesting. Very interesting. It's more fun. I'll tell you later. Anyway,
Yeah,
I was gonna say I've good traveling stories too, but I want to get back to game.
Yeah.
okay. We'll talk about them later. We'll trade.
Yeah.
We'll trade.
All right. And Vincent is eating the internet, and it's time to head back into game. Ready? Oh, glorp corp. Thanks everybody for sticking around. I love all of you, and hope that if you're watching this later on YouTube, that you are enjoying this. And without further ado, let us head back into the Dirge for Exalar. And pardon 1 second. I shouldn't have opened the Coke that violently. It's very fizzy. All right. The ride north takes you quite some time. An hour passes. And then a little while longer. The horses have slowed to a steady trot, pulling the cart. You can hear murmuring up ahead of you. Anybody who'd like to try to listen in can make me a perception roll.
Okay.
I'd also like to remind everyone that we are using the offer. The offer is on the table, player side up. In case
21. Also, at the very beginning of the game, I used my desperation, so I should not have that icon on.
What did I thought someone bought you another one.
Did they?
Oh,
Yep.
maybe they didn't.
I think they did.
Nope, just Ciel and Aoden
Okay.
are on that for tonight.
My bad. I thought I turned yours off. I thought I did. Weird.
Dirty 20 perception.
Sounds good.
23 for me.
Damn. You guys are very
Gary
perceptive.
got a 2.
Okay.
16.
16. So, Aiden, you can hear them talking, and you can tell in their voices that they sound worried. Those of you who got a 20 or above are going to be able to hear. This place is even worse than the last time we were here. Yeah, I don't like it. Don't like it at all. Should we? Inquisitor. Give them what they need. If they betray us, kill them yourself. A horse trots back over to you. Good news! You will be leaving the carriage very shortly.
Perfect.
We are entering an area that is not very hospitable. So please, do me a favor and perhaps take these. Donna, please pass those back. The carriage driver, who's remained silent until that point, offers a And a moment later, the compartment that your injections had come into slides back with the rest of your equipment inside of it. Anybody who would like to add their equipment up may. You also then are going to have access to the remainder of your various curities. Your cordial, your tincture, your decoction, and your catholicon.
Does the gear include, like, the rake and my spear?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
He'll pass that through the grate.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, it's not that big of a compartment, really. It's about the size of, like, a dresser drawer. So, a sword
I
will
was
fit.
just like, ooh, that's gonna be a tough fit. Okay.
Yeah,
What
it's
is-
just it's a bag of holding shaped like a drawer, but unfortunately when it slides in the other side, the core kind of disseminates it and it just explodes like shrapnel on the inside. Just vomits all of the things inside it. Yeah.
Actually, they're a pretty good security system.
Honestly, it could be worse.
What is going to happen? Are we leaving the horses and we're going on foot? Or do you just need us as extra security?
One moment. I'll let you take a look for yourself. She rides back. And, background? At this point, she goes and you'll hear the scraping of a lock as she goes and swaps out your key.
Sorry.
Pardon me, one sec. Okay. I have too many cups on this.
Also, hello, Raid.
Hello, Raid. Good to see you there, Raid. We're just getting into some spoops. Hope you're ready for that. I'll cut this out of the YouTube cut. Raid, pause. Okay. As she heads around the back, she slides her key into the locks, disengages them, and the back door will swing wide open, catching on a pair of small arms to hold themselves open. You'll see a dark, primordial forest stretching behind you on a knotted, gnarly, and root-suffused road that you just passed on. The forest line breaks, and you see a large village surrounding you. A town, actually. Around you, you can see that there was a stone wall. About 6 feet tall, it encircled the entirety of this town. However, in places it has fallen completely to rubble. Vines and rotted bodies entwined in them have merged to form a macabre decoration. The town itself is abandoned. However, there are a number of interesting and strange locations here. A temple just beyond has its roof collapsed in on itself. Choking vines have reached up and pulled portions of the stonework down. It looks like it was set aloft, and there, if you squint just enough, you'll be able to see the Eye of Zonos burned on the stone. As well, a fountain in the center of town has been toppled. The once proud and beautiful head that lay on its figurehead statue has cracked and fallen into the ground, been covered by debris and fungal spores. Anybody who wants to can make me a religion roll to see if they recognize who that is.
Religion.
Dirty 20.
Okay. I need a 13
21.
or higher. All right. Anybody with a 13 or higher will recognize that that was a statue of Samira, the goddess of healing. Generally depicted as a small human woman or halfling with kind of like a short bobbed blonde haircut, and just kind of like the robe and guard of one of the pure healers. This place is haunting and empty.
So, what exactly are you expecting to come across? Muse hops out of the back.
Okay. As you hit the ground, you make me an athletics check.
Okay.
I just want to see if you are going to collapse in on yourself.
I was thinking that too. This is an acrobatics or athletics?
We'll say acrobatics. It's a tumble.
Okay. How is a 16?
Okay, so you'll hit the ground, and even with your diminished strength, you'll be able to catch yourself. And okay, the ground here is porous. It's squodgy beneath your feet, and your whiskers are going to kind of like twitch a bit as you feel ozone coalesce around you. Now that you're out, you get this true sense of how muggy it is out here and how electric the air is. Rain starts to fall.
Hey, Aiden, can you pass me my armor, please?
Yeah, of course. And I don't pass it over.
And she'll pop it on and do it up, and
Hope it doesn't
Alright,
smell
so-
too smoky for you.
that's fine. I'm used to it. I've had significantly worse before. So have you folks run into anything in particular in this kind of area, or I mean, this entire place seems pretty awful.
Bell used to be a thriving township. It was one of the nicer areas of Exalar. About 10 years ago, we fell. No one comes through here anymore. We all take the western and eastern roads. Someone knew we were traveling that way. The troops should be
Lucky
fine.
us.
Yes, my friend. Lucky us indeed.
Well, in that case, she's going to take the time that we have not doing anything. She's going to summon up a weapon so that it's available and ready.
It's like it's like scratching that itch, really.
Yeah, she's gonna. Alright.
Boy, about fucking time.
And she's just going to basically flick her arm out, and her signature huge warhammer is going to just into existence in her hand, and she's gonna rest it on her shoulder and be like, "All right, well, let's see what we can find, I guess."
What we can find? Oh no. I'm sorry. my petit feline. Our goal is to make it just on the other side of Barrow. Across the chasm and into Fort Phelite. We will be spending the night there, and we'll be heading off in the morning, when the trail is much nicer. I think that you will find that the rest of the trip is far more enjoyable,
Fair enough.
but soon you will be drinking the rich Arginian wine, having sheep that were acquired from Alazar, and receiving whatever treatment you foreigners came to Exalar for in the first place.
Well, why don't
Oh, we have to get there first,
get on?
right?
I'm sorry, my orcish friend?
I said then we should get going.
We are going. The horses can only go so fast. Allow me to introduce myself. Since we are going to be traveling companions, and depending on what happens, I think that it's only good that we know each other on a first name basis. My name is Alcina Akhtari. I am a member of the Contessa's Inquisition.
I'm Muse.
Enchanté.
I'm calling me
But I know.
Ziel.
Ziel?
Sherry.
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 And my green and blue friends, respectively.
I suspect that Aodin's probably got his eyes out towards the woods and the woods around them, rather than paying attention to what's going on in this conversation. Oops.
He's Aodin.
Aodin.
What?
Just
We're
making sure.
introducing you.
Oh, thanks, sorry.
I'm Thorena.
Thorena. The other is here. Our driver is Donner. He is a good man. Ignatius Dargov is my friend over there, the big one. He is an Inquisitor as well. And the Senior Inquisitor, Maronius Calvo. It is nice.
Fantastic.
Yeah. It is good to know names.
Mm-hmm. Well, here's hoping it's an easy trip.
Who has a passive perception of 15 or higher?
Nope.
Hold on a second.
Please, please, please.
Oh, right, because I didn't. My character
Oh,
sheet was
where did
fucking
I put that?
stupid.
No. No.
Yeah, it goes up. Yes, I just make a 15 now.
All right, you are going to hear the sound of barking
That's
in the
12.
distance. Loud and feral. Just ruff, 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 ruff. Sounds like street dogs.
Can I get like an insight on that? Like what their
Sure.
What
You
their
can give me,
intentions are?
You can give me an animal handling roll.
Sure. I can
I
certainly
think it's
try
probably
that.
good. As that is said, she's going to look at you. I think it might be too late for that.
That'll be a 16.
16, they are rabid. You're going to be able to hear in the distance the froth sticking their jaws together. And I need an initiative roll off of everyone, please.
Woo!
Boy.
Okay. The Inquisitors are going to act on these. Oh, God. Well,
6.
Calvo has a good initiative, at least.
That was from a previous
Boo.
check. Kelly.
What was?
Kel, that was from a wisdom check. 21.
Kel?
Yeah? What? I got a 6 on the initiative.
Now start from me and go down.
Yeah.
Okay,
the
were you
initiative.
telling me or were you telling Cal?
I don't know.
No, I thought you said, oh, Cal got a good initiative, and it's like, no, that's
Oh,
not the
no, no, no.
initiative. It starts
Yeah.
at James.
No, Calvo. Inquisitor Calvo.
Calvo. Okay, I heard Cal. You got. Oh.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
We're good.
Are we?
Yeah, well, you know.
Yes.
Watching.
We do
Yes
our
is
best.
being our answer.
Okay, hold on one sec. Let me just pull out the right page. Okay, where's my short? Where's my list? Page.
This is a very different game than like shards, where like usually everyone rolls like a 19 higher for initiative for that game. It's ridiculous.
My initiatives have been.
Well, they're also
crap
level
lately.
12.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
true. Yeah, that's true.
Sorry, folks, just pulling something up real quick because I only have a PDF copy of this because they have not sent me the real one yet. Oh, it's literally 2 pages in front of what I was looking for. That's great. Okay, so heading down the initiative, we got Calvo coming in at a 14. That's not the best, but it'll work. Okay, so that will be pretty good. So starting off, we've got Muse at the top of the initiative. Then we have Thorena and Calvo going simultaneously. Then we have Aoden. Trez, what'd you get? 7? Okay. Aoden. Then we've got Trez at the same time as Aktari. And then we've got Sherry. And then we've got Dogs. Then we've got Dargov because he rolled a 2 and has a +0 modifier because he's fun. Okay. There is an explosion of energy to the side of the carriage, and you are going to see a pack of 6 feral dogs, their skin stretched tight over awful, malignant tumors, muscle patches exposed through the sides of them, are going to burst out and start tearing ass toward you. And with that, I think it is time for some fight music. Sure, why not? All right, top of the initiative, Muse. They are rushing in from the left and the right. You are heading down the main strip of the square right now, moving through around where that fountain once was. Picture a typical town in like Eastern Europe. The way that the buildings are fairly close in. There's enough room for this carriage to pass, maybe another couple of horses to pass, flanking. But it's tight alleyways everywhere at this point, even though the buildings are collapsed around each other. You have a straight shot ahead of you and are basically at a 4-way intersection between these buildings. The dogs are coming from the left and the right. You see nothing coming directly ahead of you, but you do see one of the horses rear up as Calvo is riding ahead, and he pulls his horse back, seeing something around the corner ahead of you.
Okay. How far away are any of the dogs from me?
The dogs are about 40 feet away by the time you see them.
Okay. Well, I can't make it there. Oh, you know what? I have Eldritch Blast. And Eldritch Blast has range to get that. So, you know what? I'm going to Eldritch Blast the first one that I see.
Sounds good.
So here we go. Here's an attack roll. Oh, 5th level. I get 2 beams.
You do get 2 beams. Those 2 beams can target different people.
Ooh, I will target 2 of them.
All right, sounds good. I'm just going to triple check that because I'm pretty sure that's the way it works. It's just been a while.
Oh, yeah, you can direct the beams at the same target or at different ones. Look at that. Make a spell
Yes.
attack roll for each beam.
All right, so spell attack
Sounds
roll
good.
for each, and each one gets a D10 plus your charisma,
Yes. All right.
which is pretty great.
Here we go. Let me just organize. Here we go. That way I know this dice is for this attack. All right. Does a 15 hit?
The hits.
Perfect. Then that means my 17 will also hit. So then that's going to be a 10 damage on the first one.
Okay.
And that is going to be a 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 damage on the other one.
All right, your 2 Eldritch Beams are going to fire. They're going to strike the dogs in the head. You're going to hear the crunch of bone as you impress the skulls. Blood is going to spray in this rough, oozy paste. These dogs are still alive in more ways than one. And despite being slammed into, they're going to yowl and continue charging forward. Very injured, but feral beyond caring. What else would you like to do?
That's gonna be it for my turn.
Okay, sounds good. Next down the initiative, we have Thorena, followed by Calvo, because PCs go first unless you're fighting.
Okay, so it's basically like we're in the middle of the junction and there's 2 side streets that
Yes.
the dogs are kind of coming and flanking each side.
Yep, 3 dogs
Cool.
from each side.
3 dogs from each side. Okay. That. Did I get a sense of how fast these dogs are running?
Fast. They're going to be on you at the end of the turn.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna try it.
We're going to try?
Yeah, I'm gonna try using one of my new spells.
Okay.
So I'm gonna put it. If they're gonna be on me at the beginning of the turn, I'm going to, first off, bonus action, a spiritual. Oh, wait, no, if you do a spell, I'm like, can't. Fuck. All right. Yeah, fuck, I'm gonna do it anyway. I am going to cast at the 3 doggies that haven't been attacked.
Okay, so the ones that are coming from the east. Yep.
Yeah, so I'm gonna kind of put it, if they're coming towards me, I want them to start their turn in this radius. So it's a 20-foot radius. So have it kind of end like 5 feet in front of me. So then it's getting them.
So are you putting up your quarantine zone?
No, I'm doing Stinking Cloud.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
That is a 20-foot radius sphere of yellow gas. I'm trying not to hit us, but get the dogs so that they'll start their turn in the gas.
Okay, so Stinking Cloud. And that affects them only when they enter? Or when they
Each creature
start?
that is completely within the cloud at the start of its turn makes a Constitution saving throw against poison. On a fail save, the creature spends its action, turn retching and reeling. Creatures that don't need to breathe or are immune to poison automatically succeed.
Okay. All right, cool.
I'm gonna try and cast it. Could I use the offer to cast a cantrip as a bonus action?
Sure, then it's mine. Done.
Cool.
The offer is flipped onto my side.
I'm gonna cast Toll the Dead on one of the doggies that
Okay, sounds
Cat
good.
or use already hit.
Number 1 or number 2?
Number 1.
Okay, sounds good. Roll me a d12.
Would you? I think you need to
I do
save
need to make
on
a save.
You need to take a wisdom save.
Okay. And I have a 12.
Nope. You needed a 15.
Okay, give it to me.
Cool. Oh, it's 2d12 now because
Oh,
we
is it?
leveled up. Yes.
That's pretty dope, actually.
It's pretty dope. Oh, I rolled not great damage on there. So it's gonna be 9 points of necrotic damage for doggy number 1.
Okay, it is barely still functioning. The bell cracks its ribcage in, and a gout of blood explodes through its torn flesh. It is going to continue rushing forward at a limp. Calvo is going to yell something back at you all. "Watch the skies!" he says, and fires a gun upward. And you're going to hear above you, "Ah! Ah!" Now I'm going to see if he hit. So he gets 2 shots with this. Damn. That is a... you're going to hear a gunshot and then again a click. Damn. As his gun jams. Firearms jam like crazy.
Oh no!
Aoden, it is your turn. What would you like to do, my friend?
First thing I'm going to do is go look up. Can I see what's going on above us?
Above you in the darkness, I need you. So it is twilight hours at this point, but you're going to see these like human-sized creatures with bat wings and long, like they almost look like plague doctor masks. These long noses that stretch out to like a proboscis point, flying in the air above you.
All right. How many are we talking about?
There are 3 of them above you.
All right. Yeah, I think I'm going to fireball those things if I can. Can I encircle all of them?
You can hit 2 of them. One of them is coming from a slightly different angle, but you can target 2 of them at once.
Yeah, I'll go with.
Yay! I have an 8 and a 19 on my dex saves.
All right, so that's going to be 1 save and 1 fail.
Yeah, I think that this one's in trouble.
So it's going to be 8d6 or half damage. So
roll me 8d6.
that is 25 damage.
25 damage. All right, which is going to reduce to 12 on that one. That is boop. Okay. A gout of flame fires out from your fingers, sailing through the sky and detonating above you in a firework. And as it explodes, one of these creatures is going to find themselves lit aloft and is going to struggle to stay upright as it starts trying to bat itself out as it starts to fall. Oh, actually, they are smart enough to do that. Cool. The other one is going to be kind of knocked to the side, kind of buffeted away. And as that happens, you are going to hear Aktari say, "If they didn't know we were here now, they do." What else are you doing? Do you have anything else with your turn?
No. I think I think Aoden's just gonna try to make as good time as he can with the carts.
Sounds good. All right. So, and you hopped out of the cart for this, I'm assuming.
Yeah, if he can, actually, he'll probably like just kind of move to ride along the back of it, so he can kind of focus on defending himself.
Sounds good. The core is only on the inside, so once you're outside, you're fine. All right. So that's gonna be the end of your turn. Traz, it's you and Aktari. Aktari, what do you do?
The thing that got lit on fire, how high it is above us?
It is about 30 feet above you right now.
All right, I'm going to take one of my throwing axes and throw one at it.
Nice. Go ahead. Make me an attack roll.
Well, that will be a 17.
17 is going to hit this guy. Go ahead and give me damage.
Well, that will be 5 physical. And I'm going to use my kinetic strike and add another 9 force.
Okay, so for a total of 14?
Yes.
All right. The one above you that you slam your axe into is going to catch it right in the chest. This is the one that was already pretty badly buffeted by the fire and is on fire, right?
Yes.
Your axe is going to embed in the side of this thing's chest as it streaks around. By the way, just to give you an example, it looks like this.
Ooh. Ew.
It's still alive. And is going to dive bomb. Well, it will in a second. It's not its turn yet. Do you have anything else you're doing?
I'll use my bonus action and push it back 5 feet.
Okay, so
I need it to make a.
I didn't.
Strength saving throw. Okay.
I got a 4. Okay, so it is going to be pushed back by the force of your psychic blast. That kind of throws it back. Aktari is going to reach into her side saddle and pull out a javelin, aim it, and give toss to this piece of shit. And I didn't expect her to be the standout NPC of this game, but that's a 22. Which means that is 8 points of piercing damage to this thing. As that slams into the side of its chest, and she's going to reach down, grab another javelin, and this makes 2! It does not. I said that I rolled a 2. This does make 2. So she goes,
It's Tuesday.
Yes, it is.
and it's a
Yes.
melee attack, so I can't do that. Damn it. All right. It flies, and she just goes, merde. And she's going to draw her longsword, because what else can she do at this point? At that point, the three Strigoi creatures in the sky are going to swoop down. One of them is going to... I'm going to flip my coin. There is a shriek as Donner, the driver, is pulled into the air and disemboweled above the cart. Just... his guts and intestines stream down onto the ground, spilling blood and gore all over the carriage. I need to make a roll for the horses real quick. One of the horses panics, and the cart begins jostling. Aiden, I need a dex save from you immediately.
Good.
Let's see, Sherry, you're in the cart still.
Yeah, I was
I
in
need
the
a
cart.
dex save from you to not get launched out.
Oh.
Yeet the
No
halfling.
halfling twassing.
And what did you get on that,
Oh,
Aiden?
crap.
18.
Okay, so you managed to hold on quite well.
Sherry bounced out. She rolled a 3.
All right, so you roll and hit the ground. You are going to be prone at the beginning of your turn. You'll have to spend half your movement to stand up. However, because you're...
Okay.
Oh, God, you're prone. Okay. One of the Strigoi is going to dart down and try to grab you. He has advantage on this. Do you have shield, and would you like to cast it?
I don't have shield, but can
you
I
don't?
use kinetic jaunt?
Is it a reaction?
No.
So
No,
not
I
until
really
your
don't have any
turn.
reactions.
I should ask,
Okay.
does this thing fly past me because I am threatening areas just where she fell out?
You are not, because the cart pulled ahead.
Okay, no, that's fair.
And
I
she
wasn't sure where
tumbled
the Strigoi was, or whatever the thing is coming from.
It's coming, just dive bombing straight down.
Okay.
This is the one that was coming from behind. It's going to claw at you. So, Kel, that is going
Can
to
I
be...
use dodge? Because of nimble physique? Use dodge
You-
as a bonus action?
It is not your turn yet, so no.
Oh, right, it's not my turn.
You can only do reactions.
Exactly, no reaction.
He is going to be able to claw you. And,
Ow.
Oh, God, these things suck. I'm really sorry in advance.
That's okay.
That is going to be 8 points of piercing damage. Pardon me, 11
okay.
points of piercing damage.
Okay, but I have 5 temporary hit points to start with.
So that means
so-
that means you're -3 now, and
Yeah.
you're going to take 4 points of acid damage on top of that.
Okay.
So that is a total of -7 hit points, I believe.
Okay.
So-
okay, that's not so bad.
Claws into you, and then leans back, and with his long proboscis is going to try to jam it into you. And that is going to be a 24 to hit.
Ooh. Ow.
That is going to be... that's going to be... You're going to take another 9 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
And
I
this-
want to reduce that.
Please do, and this is the part that's going to hurt. He starts sucking your blood out from his proboscis
Ugh.
as he thrusts it into your belly and
Ew.
begins sucking.
Can he take whatever's in there with him?
No, but I need you to make me a con save because it's probably going to wake up.
Oh, yippee.
You're going to take an additional 12 points of necrotic damage.
Okay, I am
can
down.
I can
down
only
to 5
reduce it
hit
by
points.
5.
Okay, so I'm sorry for this, Cal. That is a
That's
rough
okay.
turn.
So
Are you still up?
I have 5 hit points left.
What about the
you-
5
And-
I I
Oh.
saved you?
Oh, you
so-
gave me 5? Okay, then I've
you
got
took,
10.
You took a total of 12, 15, and what was the second thing I rolled for this one? Was it? I think it was 9 points of piercing.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, what is that? That's 13.
I started out with 28 plus
15.
5 temp.
Okay, yeah. So you've got like
Yeah. So I'm down
5
to 10.
hit points, something like that. Because it was, let's just double check, 12 plus
ZL gave me back 5. So I
Yeah,
should
reduced it by
hopefully I
5
have 10.
damage.
9, 3, 24. Yep, you should have 10.
Okay. Yeah, that's where I am.
Okay.
And I need a con save. Sorry.
And you need a con save to not
I need a
take
con
some
save.
trouble.
Oh, that's not going to do it.
The
I rolled a
offer-
4.
Okay. You are going to be racked with pain
Yeah.
as this thing begins to writhe in your gut. I need you to do me a favor, and this is going to override your malady cure.
Yeah.
Which did you take one earlier?
No, I didn't.
Okay, I need you to roll me a d6, please.
Okay. please. Just a 1.
But 1 doesn't mean good.
No, that's a 6.
Oh, actually, 6 might be the nicer of these. One sec. Let me just reference. I have so many different pages to reference, folks. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. You are going to have disadvantage on your int saves for the remainder of the scene, basically, for the hour.
Okay.
As you are just very much in pain and are having trouble concentrating on things. This will include concentration checks.
Okay.
Which is technically not an int save, but you cannot concentrate right now because your guts are trying to eat their way out of you.
Yeah.
All right, so with that, another Strigoi is going to dive bomb Aiden, actually. I do not get advantage on this, thankfully. Aiden, the claw is going to be an 11. Does that hit you?
That does not.
Okay. It is going to try to hit you with its proboscis, though. And that is a 14.
That matches my AC.
Okay, so Aiden, it's going to fly down and plunge its proboscis into you. First of all, you're going to take 10 points of piercing damage.
All right.
As it plunges into you. This is the one that you singed. It is going to lurch down and is going to plunge its proboscis into you doing that, and then is going to be dealing 9 points of necrotic damage as it siphons your life force into it, and you see it begin to heal.
Damn. Well.
All right, and it is
There
the
goes
dogs.
half my health.
It is the dog's turn. The dogs are going to charge. They are going to rush forward and are going to leap at Muse. As you do. So the ones from the west are going to leap at Muse. One moment while I pull them up. All right. They're going to rush up together, which means pack tactics apply.
Oh.
Muse, I have a... What's my bite? I have a 16.
Hit.
Okay, I have a 23.
That's a hit.
And I have a 15.
That's a hit.
Okay. 3 dogs are going to launch themselves forward and latch onto you. Luckily, these guys they don't have big teeth. So you are going to take 6 points of piercing damage. You are going to take 9 points of piercing damage. And you are going to take, oh my god, 10 points of piercing damage. So 25 total, I believe. As these dogs rush forward and begin to tear you apart, I need 3 constitution saves from you.
Okay, coming up.
Thorena, they are going to, 2 of them are going to launch toward you, and another is going to launch toward ZL.
Yeah, first I need you to do con saves as they enter in my
Is it the first
cloud.
time they enter?
Yep.
Okay. So con saves, I have an 8, I have a 9, I have an 18, and I have a nat 20.
Okay, so one of them, it spends its turn retching and can't do anything. It's stuck. It stays in there, and I have to do another con save. The other 2 can.
The dog starts vomiting on the ground.
Yep.
Are these the dogs that just attacked me?
No, they're the other 3 coming from the east.
Oh, okay. I have those con saves when you're ready for them.
Give them to me.
2 17s and a 5.
A 5. Congratulations, my friend. I'm going to send you something real quick.
Okay.
Actually, you know what? Oh. That's weird. Yeah. Huh. Oh, that's really weird.
Does nothing happen?
I would like everyone who is outside of the cart and is not Aedan to give me a con save. You are fine, Muse. You're fine.
Okay.
You succeeded one of those rolls. Was the first roll that you made the low one or the last roll?
That was the last one.
Okay, then you're fine.
17.
17?
12.
Okay.
Oh, thank heavens. 18.
Okay.
I'm not dead yet.
All right. And okay. I also skipped your turn by accident, Sherry, there, because you were right under the Strigoi. But, so the dogs are going to launch themselves. 2 of them launch at, well, they are in mid-flight as they hit your stinking cloud. But we're going to cut back to Sherry as she is being, like, ravaged on the ground by this Strigoi that wants to fly off with you. So what do you do? It's your turn. You have 10 hit points left.
Yeah, I'm gonna try the sapping sting because it's right on me. So
So it's point blank.
that's a cantrip.
It's a cantrip. It's a ranged attack. So that means that it's going to be with disadvantage.
Yep.
I believe in you.
I know. What is my disadvantage?
So
I rolled an 18
You always roll twice on disadvantage. You give me the lower
right.
of the 2 dice.
in the lower of the two. Oh, well, happily the second roll was a 19, so
Okay,
18.
so we take the 18. That
the
is going to
18.
absolutely be a hit. So Stabbing Sting does how much damage?
I did.
And that knocks it
one
prone
roll.
immediately, right?
Yes, it does.
I'm pretty sure it's a D4, so it should be 2D4.
Yeah, it's a
and
D4.
now-
So yeah, it's 2d4 at your current level because your cantrips level up.
Yep.
Oh, thank you. Someone in the chat redeemed something good happens because if I had hurt them more, you guys would be so screwed.
Why is that not showing up? Hang on. Sapping sting.
Okay, so give me 2d4, Kel.
Okay. 1 and 2. 6 total. 4 and
damn.
a 2.
Nice, that's actually a pretty good hit. Your stabbing sting or your sapping sting will shoot
sting.
up directly into the Strigoi. He will go and be knocked onto the ground, kind of like thrashing and trying to get up as your sting gets him. What else are you doing now? So you're on your back.
I'm just gonna try and get out of range, get somewhere that I can just kind of regroup.
Okay, so I'm going to say that he can't attack you because he's knocked over by your sapping sting. So
Okay.
you can start like rushing back toward Aedan in the cart. That's probably the safest place to be.
Yep.
Okay. All right, so you can do that. Do you have anything that you want to use your bonus action for? Do you have any bonus actions?
No, the only thing I can do is use dodge as a bonus action.
I mean, you can do that.
Yeah, I might as well. I'll just dodge my way back to
Okay,
the
so
cart.
that means that all attacks against you have disadvantage. So that's pretty great as you're just kind of running and going, oh, shit, hiding
Yep.
under your hat. Okay. All right,
Yes.
those 2 dogs that did make it through, one of them is launching at Thorena, and one of them is launching at Ziel. And Ziel and Thorena are within 5 feet of each other. So that is going to be a 19 on Thorena
The hit.
and a 19 on Ziel. Because I
That is
rolled
also a hit.
the exact same thing on both of you. All right, the dogs are going to pounce and bury their fangs in you. Each of you are going to take, Thorena, I'm sorry, you're going to take 5 points of piercing damage.
Okay, I will need a con save from you.
I need, and Ziel takes 6 points of piercing damage. You need a con save from the dog.
Yes, I'm using the reaction of the malicious.
Okay, that is
thingy.
going to be a 10.
That does not work. So I am going to use the. Did you have this one where I can choose to make it poison in 1d8? No, it's just 2d8. Yeah, it's just 2d8. Okay, cool.
Yeah, that was strict. So it's 2d8 always.
Yep, 2d8.
And I believe we were changing that to necrotic or poison.
Yes.
We're still kind of working out what... Here's the problem, folks. When you're dealing with plagues, the book says that it's both poison and necrotic.
Poiscrotic.
And the thing is that poison damage sucks because everybody's immune to it.
Yeah.
Nobody's immune to... Well, few people are immune to necrotic damage by comparison. So I'm trying to balance this domain out. All right,
Yeah.
give it to me. How much damage?
10 points.
10 points? Okay. All right, so it's going to, like, half its face is going to rot off as, like, boils begin to fester under the flesh. It is going to do that. However, your skin has been pierced. I need you to do me a favor and make me a con save.
Oh boy.
However, you took your medicine earlier, right?
I did.
Roll with advantage.
Ooh, okay. Oh, good, because I rolled an 11 and a 19 with my
Okay.
con is a 22.
So you're going to see your blood, and you're going to get like a freeze up in your heart for a moment, expecting your blood to start gushing out of your veins as your malady catches up. But you're going to be able to like hold it together. The whatever is in your medicine is managing to hold yourself together and fight off your hemophilia. At that point,
I was just actually thinking about that. I was like, oh, what kind of damage did the doggy give me?
and it was piercing.
Piercing, cool.
It was piercing, but it would probably make you bleed.
Probably.
All right, so then down the initiative. Hey, something good happens. It's Dargov's turn. Dargov is going to hop off his horse and rush backward, yelling a battle cry out in Orcish. Or Giant? Does anybody speak Giant? You fucking fucks, I'm going to wreck you! He has a trollish accent. It's kind of weird. He's going to rush backward and is going to go straight for the dog that is latched onto Muse. One of them. And that is going to be a 21 to hit. And he's going to follow that up with a nat 20 with his Warhammer. So let's just do this real quick. Cat, the one that is hanging off of your... Holy shit.
Is it no longer hanging off my arm?
I think it's splat.
That is 19. The first one is going to take 21 points of damage as he goes... And you're going to see the tip of the Warhammer flare up with arcane energy. And the dog is going to frickin' explode because it had 3 hit points left. Thanks to your Eldritch Blast. And then he's going to rear up for the other one. I'm going to roll the dice real quick to see if it's the first one or the second one. It is the... You know what? I spend if something good happens. It's going to be the one with more hit points. And come on, Dargov. Do what I need you to do. Okay.
Is this the crit?
This is the crit. So 9, 12...
Oh, the 21 was just or not. That was not the crit. Oh!
Holy crap.
Holy fuck!
19. And then... If the target is concentrating on a spell... Oh god, I love that we can do that. Okay, the crit is going to be 31 points of damage.
Woo!
As he just goes... And he smashes this thing like a ketchup packet.
Ugh.
And now he needs to make a con save. And, yep. Okay, yeah, he is going to bring that down, and it is going to explode as it hits the ground. And at that point, he is going to, like, look at you. You alright, kitty?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Fuck him up! And with his bonus action, he's going to summon a spiritual weapon.
Nice.
Which is going to be an identical, if somewhat, like, slightly larger and more phallic hammer.
Double-ended dildo hammer.
Double-ended dildo hammer. Yep. A spiritual weapon doesn't get attack on its first round, correct?
Yeah, it does.
Oh god. Okay, then he gets a third attack.
Yep, that's the best thing about spiritual weapon is you summon it and hit it in the same turn, and you just keep doing bonus actions.
But that is only going to be a 5, so he doesn't hit with the spiritual weapon. It's going to go ka-dong! All right, and that is the top of the initiative. We are back up. Everybody is acted, right? I didn't skip anybody?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Big combats is hard to tell. All right, so there are still 2 dogs, one that is on Ziel, one that is on Thorena, one that is on Muse as well that is about half dead. That is somehow managing to dodge the attacks of its brethren. There is one Strigoi that is on its back and thereby super vulnerable to attacks, about 5 feet away from where you, Ziel, and Thorena are. And there is one that is attached to Aedan, sucking blood out of his chest. And then there is one that is super badly damaged in the air that just tore the guy apart, like your driver apart, and also just got hit by like 6 people in the air. Right? He's got like a javelin, an axe, and a bloody nose. Okay. So, Muse, it is your turn. There's a dog hanging off of you. What do you do?
So if I use an offhand attack, I can use my bonus action to make that one, right?
Yes, you just don't add your damage to your ability score damage to it.
Okay, so yeah,
So long as the weapon is light or, so long as the weapon is a light weapon.
Yeah, it's a scimitar, so. Alright, so I'm going to make a bonus action attack on the dog that's attached to my chest.
Okay.
Because, hey, dog, those aren't for you.
But I like it.
How does a nat 20 sound? Alright, so those are d6s. And so the damage on this is just flat damage, right?
Damage on this is yeah. So just give me the 2 dice.
Okay. 6, 7.
7 damage. Okay.
7 damage.
Okay. So
Against.
you slice your blade across this thing's mouth and throat, dealing a very, very powerful slash. And then what?
And then I'm going to swing my warhammer at it as well. And that's going to be a 18 to hit.
That is a hit. So remember, you're using it one-handed, so it only is, I believe, a D8.
Oh yeah, because it didn't specify. Crap. Okay.
Well, you can't use a two-handed weapon and use a light weapon.
Yeah, duh, cat. Duh.
The only reason you can use your warhammer one-handed like that
is because it's
your
yeah,
warlock weapon.
Yeah, it's the specific one. So that's going to be 8 on that
Okay.
for that dog.
Okay.
And
You add your charisma to damage, right?
for that one, no, I don't actually. I
On
just
your
add.
packed weapon?
I improve pack weapon. I have +1/+1 to it, but not charisma.
Oh.
Charisma is my
Are
Ultra
you
Blast.
certain about that? I believe that Hexblades get charisma to their damage instead of strength or dex when they're using a pack weapon. I'm pretty sure that's what makes them amazing.
Oh yeah, I have that on my sheet listed.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So that yeah, I already add that on.
I see. Okay, cool. All right.
yeah.
So you do more than 3 hit points of damage.
Yes, I do.
How do you want to do this, my friend?
So basically, I'm imagining she's going to draw her scimitar out, slash this thing across its face, and sending it, off of her, and then with her other hand, she's just going to smash this thing, smash this thing's skull in and send bits flying, and then Kelly,
Yes.
is there another dog fairly close to me, or is something else fairly close?
There are 3 dogs. Pardon me. There is another dog that I didn't mention because it has been sickened and is currently retching because of Thorena's cloud. There are 3 dogs over on the other side.
Okay, and then how close is the flying thing that's on the ground?
10 feet. You stepped out, and yeah, about 10 feet away from you.
Okay. So what I would like to do is I would like to use my new Thirsting Blade Invocation to make an attack on the ground one, because that gives me another packed weapon attack.
Does it? Okay, cool.
Yes,
Do
it does.
So
All right,
it is prone. You have advantage.
All right, advantage coming right up. All right, so that is going to be a 22.
A 22 is absolutely going to hit this piece of shit.
And then that's going to be a 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 points of bludgeoning.
Okay. Fantastic. You're going to bring your hammer down, smashing one of the sides of its wing. It's going to shriek in pain. Do you have anything else with your turn?
And then I would like to... how far away is the wagon from here? Like any kind
right
of cover?
now, about you're not going to be able to get to cover.
Okay, then that's it. That's
I like your
removed.
hammer. You'll hear from behind you.
Thanks.
It's nice. You're nice.
Thanks.
Thorena, it is your turn and Calvo's turn. So, to give you an overhead view of the battle, whoosh, you are here. Ziel is here. The wagon's kind of rushing away to the north with your druid on it. Sherry is running toward it. Muse is there. Darvo is there. Aktari is on her horse over here. You've got 3 dogs, 1 on you, 1 on Ziel, and 1 that's vomiting from your cloud kill. And that is what is there aside from the flying Strigoi that is almost dead, the grounded Strigoi about 5 feet from you that is getting pounded by Muse, and the Strigoi that is sucking on Aoden.
Okay, they're all within 60 feet of me, right?
They, aside from the one that is, oh, actually, you know what, 60 feet in
Of
the
my
air?
party, of the party and friendly NPCs.
Yes.
Okay. Did besides the guy that got ripped to shreds, are any of the NPCs looking rough on health?
They don't look like they've been hit yet.
Okay, cool. I mean, I can choose. It's 6 creatures, and
You doing prayer of healing?
no, Mass Healing Word. Prayer of Healing's a
yes.
10-minute thing.
Oh, you're right. You're right. That's what I was thinking. Mass healing word.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna do bonus action Mass Healing Word. So 6 creatures, and if any of the NPCs are mildly hurt,
Not yet.
one of
They
them
haven't
can
been
take
focused
it.
on. I'm
Okay.
saving that for later.
Yeah, so 1d4 plus my spellcasting mod. So Thorina's gonna like hold her Eye of Zonos, put on her Plague Doctor mask, and just send out a prayer in what languages did I have for this character to speak? Celestial, yeah. She'll speak it in Celestial, and she will send out a prayer of healing. Ooh, I rolled a 4, so that's gonna be 8 points of healing to everyone. So all of y'all get some heals.
Nice.
You're welcome from your friendly cleric.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. And then so that was my bonus action. There's the woofer on me.
Yes.
Fuck, do I want to take the shot? Oh, it's on me, but I would take disadvantage using any of my spells. Fuck!
Yeah. Well, that's life.
I know. Wait, actually. Wait. Oh, that's a 3rd level spell. Shit, I used all my I could have done Vampiric Touch, but healing everyone's more important. Sorry. I had like 6 different plans in my head that I could have done.
Totally
I'm
fine.
going to cast Toll the Dead at the... None of the other dogs have been hit yet, have they? No.
Yes, the one that is on, the one that's on
The ground?
the ground has been smashed by Cat.
Yeah, but nothing else. Aiden and ZL, theirs hasn't looked like it's been hit, right?
Aiden doesn't have a dog on him. Aiden has a Strigoi on him.
Yes,
And there's
yes, sorry.
All of the Strigoi have been bloodied a little bit.
Okay, so I'm gonna cast Toll the Dead on the one that is sucking Aoden.
Okay.
So I need a wisdom save, please.
Is this a con?
Wisdom.
Okay, I've got a 15 plus.
That meets it. I have a 15.
Does it? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wah,
Dong, dong.
All right. That is my action and my bonus action, and this dog is on me, so I can't really move away. So Thorina's gonna stay.
Okay, Calvo's gonna clear the chamber on his gun, and probably figure that. Yeah, you know what? He's gonna turn, look at the one that is like climbing all over you, Aoden, and you're going to hear. Unmark you in her name. And then he's gonna ride forward, draw his sword, and attack. He gets 2 great sword attacks. The first one is going to miss. The second one is going to hit for sure with a 19, unnatural. The one that is on you is going to take 2d6, 4, 6, 10, and 2 radiant damage. Okay, so 10, 12. You know what? It's something. It's good. It's something. All right, he's going to rush forward. There's going to be a flash of light as he slams that into this creature. Yep, he used his bonus action to do that, so that didn't work for him, but hey, it's cool. So this thing is going to take a bit of blood as he starts to hammer into it from behind, but he's got your back at this point, basically. It is your turn, Aoden. What are you doing?
All right, so what Aoden's going to do is, if that thing is distracted for a moment, I think Aoden's going to hidden step. And probably turn myself invisible and like clamber over the top of the top of the wagon to get a little bit of distance.
Sounds good. All right. So, how many feet are you moving?
Well, it's basically I'm going invisible, and then I act like normal. But it's only cost me a bonus action to go invisible for my turn, or until I cause damage or a save or something like that. So
Okay.
he's actually going to move. I'm actually going to clamber on top of the wagon, run down, and hopefully like take control of the driver's seat, so this thing doesn't run into a wall or something like that.
Sounds good. In fact, it will be running into a wall shortly unless you grab all of it.
Yes, so I'm going to go do that, and I am going to also summon my wildfire spirit, which won't pop that effect. So I'm still invisible till my next turn.
All right, sounds good. Okay, so that's fantastic. Give me a handle animal roll if you're grabbing the reins.
Yeah, and because I got speech, I get this at advantage.
Okay.
Do
The horses are like, we can't hear you, but we like you.
right. So that'll be 17.
Okay, you're going to be able to start guiding the wagon back around. And it is now Traz, you and Aktari's turns. So what does ZL do? You've got one dog on you. There's another dog that's on Thorena. And there are 3 Strigoi in the air. And another dog that's vomiting. That dog's having a bad day.
Well, Zeal's going to take out his sword and deal with the dog that's dealing with him, and I'm going to take 2 attacks against it.
All right, go ahead.
The first one misses, that's only a 9. Second one is 21.
21's going to hit this dog. I feel bad hitting dogs. I wasn't sure. But when you look at the photo of what this dog looks like, you'll
It's not a dog anymore.
It's not a dog anymore.
That will be 6 slashing damage, and I'm going to use another psionic die and add more. That'll be another 10 force damage.
Holy crap. How much damage did you do total?
6 physical, 10 force, so 16.
Okay, that is going to knock it the hell back a bit. It's going to release you at that point, so that's... you said 16 total?
Yeah.
Okay. That thing is damn near dead. Still clinging onto life by the hair of the dog.
Then I want to use my bonus action to shove the other one away from Thorena. I
Okay.
need it to make a strength save.
I have a 13 plus...
Nothing, hopefully.
Plus... Nope, that's the Inquisitors. Dog. 14.
Now that is a fail, so I'll shove it 5 feet away from Thorena, and I'm going to put myself between it and Thorena.
Sounds good.
The shield out.
All right, sounds good. So you can pivot without drawing the first dog's opportunity. Aktari is going to look up at the Strigoi that is in the sky. Look at the one that is next to her commander. Ooh, she's going to aim one at the one in the sky. That is going to be not enough, unfortunately, as the javelin goes... Double net it. And he is going to turn around to see the dog that is vomiting and go, why did I even... And is going to just bring her sword down on the vomiting dog. With a...
Is she... And she will be entering the cloud. She will have to make a con save. It lasts for 1 minute.
She did it! She actually...
Cool.
She got a 15. Is that enough?
That would meet my spell DC, so yeah.
Okay, so she's going to just ride forward, and she's going to bring her
Job.
her sword down on this thing's neck. That is going to be longsword. 1 second.
I believe it's 1d8 or d10 if she's doing it.
She has something else.
Oh, fun.
These are mystically imbued badasses. That is going to be not quite enough to kill it, unfortunately, because that was a 1. So that is actually going to be 1d8, 4 points of damage. Plus... Oh, actually, wait, that is exactly enough to kill it, because she gets... Oh, no, that's an ore. Damn it. Okay. All right, so she is going to bring her blade down, cutting this dog to the quick. That's better, she says. Sherry, it is... pardon me, it is the Strigoi's turn. Strigoi in the sky, you can get twice as high, is going to dive bomb, and is going to launch 2 attacks into the front horse on the wagon. That is going to be much damage. That is going to be...
Well, damn.
oh, yeah. This horse is dead.
Oh,
That is going to be 7... That's going to be right off the bat. That is 10 points of slashing damage and 7 points of acid damage from the claws. I'm just going to roll to see how much it can suck off of the corpse before it dies. I rolled out of 18. I rolled 17 hit points regenerated. It is going to launch itself down at the horse, and you're going to hear a whinny as the horse collapses as all of its blood is sucked into this creature, and it's going to snarl. And if it could smile up at you where you are, Aoden.
well, I'm still invisible, so I'm not sure.
Yeah, I know. If it could, it would. But it's
Yeah,
smiling
okay,
just in
fair
general. Okay, so the Strigoi that is next to Calvo is going to turn and launch itself at Calvo, and is going to get a hit off of its proboscis. Damn, Calvo. Calvo is going to suffer... That is going to be 10 points of necrotic damage and 10 points of piercing damage as it plunges through his armor with a... What is that? 19? Damn. His armor is pretty high, too. That's too bad. Yeah, that just hits it, too. Damn. Okay, it's going to plunge into him and regenerate 10 points, 10 hit points. That's nice, easy math. Oh, hey, they almost all have the same hit points. That's super easy. And then the last one that was kind of that was on the ground and that nobody finished off is going to use its movement to stand up. It's going to look around like it can't believe that it didn't get finished off while it was on the ground. And is going to launch itself at... Well, it knows what it's being commanded to do. So it's going to launch itself forward at Aktari and is going to get an 18. That horse is going to go down as well. And it is going to regenerate another 8 hit points. Aktari is going to plunge forward... and is going to acrobatics. Is going to hit the ground hard and is going to go prone as the horse collapses, pinning her leg. And Sherry, it is your turn. What do you do?
Sherry is going to... Have I reached the cart yet? I'm just running, I guess.
You're just running. So you
Just
are
running.
you have a speed of 25. So the carts, you can reach the cart this turn if you do a full run.
Yeah, because with the yeah, that's probably all she's able to do with her concentration kind of sapped. So
A bit. Like you can still cast
Yeah.
spells. It's just that holding on to like long-term ones if you take damage is gonna be difficult.
yeah, no, I'll go with the short one.
I don't want to tell you what to do, but have you considered you have a spell that increases your speed by a decent amount?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. You know, that's the kinetic jaunt, correct?
Yeah, I'd allow you
Yeah.
to reach it with kinetic jaunt.
Yeah, I'll use that. Just a little burst of speed. Okay.
Okay, so you cast that. Is that a bonus action or a regular action?
It is a regular action.
Okay, so you still have a bonus
12.
action. So if you have anything that can use a bonus action,
No, I really don't.
okay, so you
really
can
don't.
run and grab onto the back of the back
Yeah.
of the wagon,
Yep.
which is beginning to careen a bit.
Ooh. I really
And
wanna
you're
be on
going
the
to see
wagon right now.
as you jump onto the wagon, there is going to be. Can you make me a strength check real quick?
Yeah. Oh boy, what is my strength is? Ooh, it's 9. I have -1 on that. 12.
12. All right, you're going to just barely be able to hold on as the entire cart careens over as it runs over the corpse of one of its own horses.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Okay.
But you'll be able to hold on. Aoden, can you make me an animal handling check to gain control of the cart, even though there's only one of them left?
Probably not. Even with advantage for that kind of thing, I think I'm pulling like a 9.
A 9. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's going to just kind of veer off to the side, and the wagon is going to start to tip. Can you make me a dex check? This is going to be an acrobatics check.
Oh, sorry, that's not advantage or anything, but that was 20.
Okay,
20.
so the cart is going to completely tip. The wheel is going to snap under it from the buckle of that turn, and you're going to be able to jump and dive. Kel, I need a dex save from you as well.
Okay. Please be good to me. Do I get any mods with my dex? Yeah, that's 17.
17. All right, so you're going to hop on. It's going to
Make
go.
it.
Whoa, no. And you're going to tip and roll.
Okay.
So you are about
Am I rolling in the cart or out of the cart?
You can choose which one to go into. You know the inside of the cart is anti-magic, though. So it's probably...
I'll stay out of the cart. I don't want to get bobbled around in there.
Okay, sounds good. So Sherry, that is your turn. It is dog turn now. And a dog... That's my dog. My dog is going crazy outside. One of the dogs is going to take a nom at Thorena. Or is going to try to, but Ziel's in the way. So he's going to take a nom at Ziel. In fact, both of the dogs are going to take a nom at Ziel. In fact, wait.
Well, dogs like him.
Did you, Thorena, on your
Ask
turn, did
his
you move
dogs.
your stinking cloud?
No, it stays there for 1 minute.
Okay. Oh, so at the beginning of their turn, they need to check again.
Yes, they do.
Okay, I have a... All right, the first one that succeeded last time succeeds this time. The second one got a 13, and the last one got a 4.
Cool, so 2 of the dogs are just retching, and the 1 dog can go.
Okay, what I'm going to say, technically, I would still have pack tactics, according to the rules, even though my other pack members are retching. I'm not going to do that to myself, though, because technically is not correct. One of them is going to launch towards Ziel with a 4. Ziel does a 4 breach your armor.
Nah, sour man.
Okay, he's going to like bite onto the side of your shield, going. He's going to start pulling your shield away from you.
They're doing tug of war. I'm just like.
It's like, I've got him, guys, bite him. That is where it is going to be Dargov's turn. Dargov is going to step forward and go, I hate dogs. Really hate dogs. Shut up, dog. I hate you. And he's going to bring his warhammer down. Whoosh. He's going to bring me down with a 2. Jesus. Okay. Boop. And a 4? What is wrong? Okay, fine. Try my spiritual weapon. Whiff, whiff, whiff. I kid you not, 2, 4, 3. The problem is I'm using the wrong dice. I should be using the green ones. I'm using the wrong ones. Okay, so he oh, I hate dogs. Okay, I actually kind of like dogs. I just don't like you. Roar. Whiff, whiff, whiff. And then it is bottom of the initiative. I think that's everybody. Back up to the top of the initiative, just to tell you what is happening. There are 3 Strigoi, 1 that is on the side of the car. Ooh! 1 moment. The Strigoi failed the check and was on the side of the cart kind of clinging onto you. It is going to fail and be pinned under part of it as it collapses. It has a speed of 0 until it is able to pull itself free. So that's something that's good. Calvo was not on it. He was on his horse, which is good, which means we're at the top of the initiative. There are 3 Strigoi. 1 that is... Oh, wait. What happened to the Strigoi that was on the ground that stood up? Did I get distracted?
Thought it attacked.
Yeah, that one didn't do anything.
No, it didn't attack one of the other horses.
Oh, you're right. He
Yeah,
took
attack
he
the other horse.
He dived on the horse.
Yeah.
Okay, so
that's
you
accurate.
are down 2 out of 5 horses. And there are 3 Strigoi and 3 dogs, 2 of which are incapacitated, and 1 of which is damn near dead. Muse, it is your turn. Now, I would remind you that the 3 dogs are inside of a stinking cloud right now, but Thorena has situated it so that you can attack them without stepping in yourself from your angle.
Okay, that sounds like a great thing. The one that's down near dead, I'm going to make a stabby stab with my scimitar in the offhand. Does a... Hold up. I pulled my sheet down for this. Does a 16 hit the dog?
It does.
Alright, can you take 4 slashing damage, please?
Just 4?
Just 4.
Okay, it will. It snarls up at you with its last breath.
Okay. And then it's gonna take a warhammer to the face.
Okay, bring it.
That's gonna be over 20 for the hit. And 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 worth of damage. No, sorry. 13 worth of bludgeoning damage.
Okay, that's going to smash it into the ground.
And then I'm going to smash another one of the dogs with my other warhammer attack.
Sounds good.
And does a 17 hit?
It hits. Roll me damage.
Oh, that was a D10. That's not a D. That's not a D8. That's a D8. For 9 bludgeoning damage.
9 bludgeoning damage. You're going to bring your hammer down. This one is almost dead. As you crack it in the side of the face, it reels over. It is, now it is Thorena's turn unless you have anything else.
No, that was action, bonus action, done.
All right, sounds good. So, Thorena, there are 2 dogs and 3 Strigoi. One Strigoi that's about 5 feet away from you that dive bombed a horse and has pinned Aktari, the Inquisitor.
All right. How far away is that from me?
About 10 feet, the horse is.
And the Strigoi?
Is about 5 feet from you at this point because it's on the horse.
Okay.
The horse is large.
Okay. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. I think I'm going to bonus action spiritual weapon
Okay.
on the Strigoi near the that's on the horse, riding it. Yeehaw. That's gonna be a 15 to hit. I'm gonna spend my desperation because I want to make sure that triple hits.
Sounds good.
That was a 4, so that's gonna
Okay,
be
that's going to be a hit.
sweet.
And what are you using for this?
It is her doctor's cane.
Okay.
Her plague Dr. Cane with the Eye of Zonos. Now, I marked it off on my sheet just now, but I will roll the oh wait, no, spiritual weapon can only be cast at a 2nd level. Duh. Okay. Sorry, I'm tired.
It's okay.
1d8.
I think everybody's tired from this. How much?
Sorry, no, I was reading out what I need to do. 7 plus my spellcasting mod. 11 points of force damage, I believe, to that thing.
Okay, 11 points.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
And
fantastic.
It's still hanging on. It's 5 feet away from me. Are there any others that are at range for me right now of this like
Yes,
Strigoi?
there is a Strigoi that is pinned under the carriage, and there is one that is in the air right now, kind of
Okay.
near where the carriage collapsed.
All right, I'll go for the one in the air. I am going to cast Toll the Dead. Keep trying for that one. Could you give me a wisdom save, please?
That is a 6.
Awesome. Okay,
Give me
2d12.
2d6 because that guy has the most hit points after taking down that horse.
You mean 2d12?
Pardon me. Yes, that's what I meant.
Okay.
Okay.
That's gonna be 20 points
Holy
of necrotic
crap!
damage. I rolled
That
an 8
thing,
and a 12.
that thing is
Nice.
definitely bloodied at
Good
this point
job.
as it starts to falter in the air as you El Kabong it. It is definitely having a hell of a time. Anything else with your turn?
So we're in like an alleyway. Is there a
You're at a crossroads, kind of like in a central district area.
Okay, crossroads. Is there a building nearby that I could try and get cover in?
There are several buildings nearby, yes. To your right, there is what looks like an old tailor shop, and to your left is a blasted-out bakery.
None of them are through the like stinking cloud, right?
The Stinking Cloud, you'd have to veer around the Stinking Cloud to get into the tailor shop. The bakery is a straight shot.
I will go for the bakery with my
Okay.
movement and try and hide in there.
All
take
right,
cover.
and because Trizelta was blocking the dog from you, you will not get an opportunity attack, so that is good.
Yes.
You can rush inside of the bakery. The front door is hanging on its hinges, so you can just like rip it open and hide inside. It has a smell of mildew and ergot that assaults your senses. It is Calvo's turn. Calvo is going to rush at the one that's pinned Yeah, that's a nat 20. And that's an 8. But I think that does not still hit. But the nat 20 does. 1 sec. Let me just see how much damage boy can do here.
Damage.
Let's
Yeah, you
get
know what?
this
I'm going to spend
over.
for a smite on that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Smite him up. Smite him up, up.
Smite him up. It's on fire. Okay, that's an additional 20 points of damage. An additional 22, 29 points. And then let's actually roll the damage. This thing had 37 hit points left, so let's take a look at... Oh yeah, it's not even a question at this point. I haven't even rolled his damage for his weapon, and he's already over its hit points by 10. So he's just going to go and bring his weapon down with his sexy Antonio Banderas voice. And he's just going to cleave it from underneath where it is pinned. Aiden, it's your turn, my friend.
All right. So seeing Thorina head for the bakery, I think I'll probably try to make a break for that as well.
Okay.
But before I go, the one that's hanging over the horse. Sorry, was it the one that was hanging over the cart's horse or the other horse?
So there is. Which are you speaking of?
Okay, which one is? So, oh wait, the one that went after the horse of my cart is
in the air
stuck
above
on
you.
Oh, is in the air above me right
The
now.
one that was sucking your blood got pinned.
Oh. All right. In which case, what I'm going... So it's actually a threat to me. Okay, so I am going to...
The one that got pinned is dead.
Okay.
The one that sucked the horse is in the air above you.
Yeah, I know. But that one is threatening me, right?
Just clarifying that.
Yeah. I need to get that thing out of the way. I am going to cast Tidal Wave at that one.
Okay.
So, it's a column attack, so it's basically going to be a giant
What's my save?
blast of water. It's going to be a dex save. It should be DC 16, I think, at this point.
How about
All
a
right.
7? How does a 7 work for you?
Nice. Okay, so that means it's going to take 4d8 bludgeoning damage and be knocked prone.
Oh,
I mean, you might permanently knock it prone if you roll high enough.
Yeah, cool. Let's
all
see.
these spells that knock
And if it's in
things
the air,
prone.
it's also going to take fall damage, hopefully. So
Yeah, it is 30 feet in the air. Technically, if
That's
you
not
have a
bad.
fly speed, your fall damage is reduced by your fly speed usually.
Would that count if it's knocked prone, though, Kelly?
Technically, it's supposed to because whenever you fall, you're knocked prone. Little rules that you don't actually remember from the book. I'll allow it, though, because he's getting water spiked. And it's cooler
Yeah,
that he takes
okay.
fall damage. So how much?
18 damage.
Okay, and you may roll me 2d6 to add to that.
Sweet. That'll be another 5.
Another 5? Okay.
Yep.
It is... oh, wait, this is the one that it was anyway. Yeah, the one that sucked the other horse actually has more hit points. Cool. I would like you to describe how you mulch this mother.
Cool. So Aoden's going to turn around and mutter something in some fell words in Druidic and kind of basically just spit on his fingers and snap, and there's just going to be this pulse of like ash-choked water is just going to like slam like a column into this thing and this rear over and collapse it into one of the nearby buildings, and the entire building will kind of crumble in on top of it.
That's the tailor shop. The tailor shop is no more. So Tim Taylor's just collapsed on itself with this
glad.
resounding ho, ho, ho.
Glad I didn't go in that building.
Yeah, that would have been great. Goodbye, Thorena!
Don't kill your cleric. I'm the one that can revivify y'all.
Okay, good job, Aiden. Trizelta, it is Ziel's turn, my friend. Unless, Aiden, do you have anything else you can do?
I'm gonna just, now that thing is out of the way, I'm going to run into the bakery.
The bakery, sounds good. Okay.
Oh, pardon me. I still have my spirit. My spirit
do?
will target the last the other Strigoi and whip a fire seed at it, and it's gonna just move along with me.
Okay, make me an attack roll.
So, ooh, that's nice. 21.
That's gonna be a hit. Roll me damage.
That'll be 5 fire damage.
5 fire damage. Okay, that's going to. I mean, it's still up, but it is not having a great day. My notes are so chaotic by the end of this. Like look at this. Like, this is just a nightmare. Someone's gonna freeze frame that later and see how bad it is. Okay, that is going to strike. It is going to let out a yowl of pain. And ZL, it is you and Aktari's turn. Aktari is going to try to free herself from underneath the horse before the Strigoi on top of it tries to bite her.
Yeah, I would like to yoink the Strigoi towards me.
Okay, sounds good. So that's a strength save.
Yes.
That is a 15.
Just beats. Alright, it's not that far. I mean, I'm still going to go take 2 attacks at it.
Okay, sounds good.
Well, first one is a 22.
That's a hit.
And a 22.
Okay, I don't know about you, but you're feeling 22s. I don't know about you, but I'm feeling Strigoi juice.
Well, it is Tuesday, so that works.
222s! It is Tuesday.
On the
isn't it?
Tuesday. On the
Tuesdays.
Tuesdays. So many twos. Shout out.
So the first attack's going to be 8. Second one's going to be 5.
Okay.
And the second one, I am going to add a psionic die for it, and I just want to kill it.
Okay. 8, 5, okay.
That's 11 force damage to add to the end.
11 force on top of that?
Yep.
How do you do it?
So his eyes are just going to glow flaming white as he charges them. He'll take his first strike to kind of disorient it. Then with the second strike, the psychic force is going to come down and just flat out decapitate it.
Okay, it is going to collapse to the ground dead. The only things remaining are a pair of dogs. It was the Sturgoy's turns, but they're all dead. So, Sherry, you've rolled clear of the cart. You can see that a tidal wave has struck one of the buildings down to the left of you, looking back at your allies. So, from where you're facing, the left, everybody else is east. You are going to see there are 2 dogs that are being faced by your entire party, and that is it at the moment.
Okay, let's try the chromatic orb.
All right,
And
sounds
go
good.
after-
You can get a good aim at one of these dogs from here.
Yep. So I will go with which type of orb? Let's go with lightning.
Lightning orb.
Lightning orb.
Shocking.
And let's hit the which one? Well, which one do I have better reach on? Which one can I see better? Or are they both equally
They're both
in view?
equivalent.
Okay, go for the one on the right. I'm right-handed.
Sounds good. Okay. Give it to me.
16.
16 is
Okay.
going to be a hit.
Yay! Then the damage on that is... Where? Hang on. I just had it. Where are you? No memento. There. It is 3d8 damage. So.
Oh, God.
1. Yeah, it's gonna be a little rough. Oh, I need to go get me another dice.
All right, roll it for me.
Where's my other d8? There it is. All together, we have 2, 15, 17.
17.
17.
How do you want to do this? What do you want to do? Does the dog try to catch the ball?
Yes.
Yeah.
Here, puppy.
What happens when it does? Because that totally just eviscerated it.
I'm gonna say probably kind of implodes it, or well, no, it wouldn't implode. It would burst out. It would, yeah. I can't imagine it being. It would probably smell really, really bad. It's
Oh, it
electricity.
smells really, really bad.
It's
I
gonna
guarantee
smell
that.
rank. Yeah.
All
Smell
right,
awful.
so it is going to explode, taking that much damage. Good job. There is one dog left, and it is the dog's turn. The dog is going to try to stop throwing up. The dog got a 4. It is Dargov's turn. I kind of like this one.
It's the
Fine.
one that's barfing.
Oh, now you can hit it? You can hit it when there's only one. I hit it with 3. So, okay, he's just going to pull out his warhammer and go... Bad dog. And just start, like, wailing this thing into the ground. There is a splattering noise as he kind of pulls back and... Oh, fuck. There's going to be more coming. And that is going to take us out of to immediate initiative. What is everybody doing? Starting with Muse and everyone else. What are you all doing?
So should we get out of here then?
Run, let's go.
Yes.
Let's get out of here.
Get out.
As you can see, the sun is beginning to set over the horizon. Only a little ray of red is streaking across it. Calvo is going to ride closer to you. We don't have enough horses for everyone. We must hurry. We can either... Do any of you have any spells that can shore up one of these buildings? We can stay here in Sanctuary, or we can try for Fort Fearlight. It is 1 mile to the north.
How many...
I mean,
Many
I'm
of
sure
us are
Sherry
there?
and I could double up with people on a horse.
Do we know anything about these creatures? I'm just curious if any of us might have knowledge of them that might give us some semblance of tactics on them.
Some semblance of tactics. On the Strigoi, you can make me an Arcana check.
Not likely to succeed, but I'll try.
So part
I
of-
got 17.
17?
Yeah.
Okay. They are mutant creatures that take swarms of sturges and so like small parasitic, like proboscis little mosquito bats, and fuse them together in a humanoid-sized creature. That's usually how they're made. So, and
How many of us are there altogether?
how many of you are there? There are 8 of you, 9 of you with Finn or Flynn.
I can fit 9 of us in the tiny hut.
Except the horses.
Except the horses.
The 2
I mean-
remaining horses will, because I forgot, one of the horses is crushed under the carriage. So there are
Yep.
2 horses, which means you definitely can't take
horses.
the horses. Do you have a way?
It's us or the horses. I can protect us. But I can't
How long does it
shield the
last?
horses.
How long does it last?
Aiden's gonna go over and start cutting the horses free.
8 hours.
That will have to do. Set up inside of the bakery. What are you doing?
Freeing these poor beasts.
You free them to die.
They die if they stay.
Yes.
They're dead anyway.
So at least they have a chance if they run.
He's going to turn to his horse, pet it, and is going to push his gun against its temple and give it a kiss on the muzzle and blow its brains out.
Kinder.
You do not know what lurks in that, but you will. Summon your hut.
Okay. Sherry is going to cast the tiny hut.
As the sun sets, I need everyone to do me a favor and make me a perception roll.
Natural 1.
Natural 1. You're going to be too freaked out to pay attention to what it is. You are all going to hear the sound of ravening howls in the distance.
15.
23.
You are going to hear what sounds like a wolf, but much bigger, deeper, and reverberating down into a set of lungs with very human vocal cords. Anybody who got a 15 or higher is going to definitely hear what sounds like lycanthropes. The deep, bassy sound of howls. However, did anybody get a 20 or higher?
23.
ZL, you're going to instinctively know that these are not necessarily normal lycanthropes. You are going...
Goody.
a word is going to appear at the back of your mind. Well, actually, technically 2 words. Loop garu.
Oop, Garu.
Is the phrase that's going to appear at the back of your mind, and you are instinctively going to know that whatever is out there is bigger and scarier than you think it is. As in, everyone else who's hearing that is thinking, "Oh shit, werewolves," and you're like, "Oh shit, scarier werewolves." The Super Saiyan of werewolves.
Scarewolves.
Scarewolves.
Scare wolves, not swear wolves.
Oh.
Yeah.
That is oh, it's only medium. That's bullshit. Is it medium?
Well, it says it's only medium, but what do you want it to be, Kelly?
Yeah, it's definitely large
Hey,
size in
hey,
Ylos.
I am medium.
That is
Yeah.
also true.
That's fair.
There's some
All right,
range
you can hear
there.
this echo across the distance. Go ahead.
Horrible.
Oop,
Count.
Garu.
Yes. Okay.
You know these things. Okay, so Kel, tiny hut.
Casting the tiny hut.
Tiny hut takes
Tiny hut. Bing.
takes
A minute.
1 minute. Okay. I need so you're going to the bakery. I need everybody who goes into the bakery to make me a stealth roll.
I am going to whisper to those horses and tell them in Druidic, because I can't actually speak to them, and tell them to run like the
There's
damn
one
good-
remaining horse that's still alive. One of them is pinned under the cart and is dying.
Okay, I will finish that one off, because
Yeah.
if it's just going to
So there is one horse that is still free.
Yep, so best of luck to it, but I will tell it that it needs to run hard, run fast, and
Sounds good.
Hopefully
It's
the
going to
green will
take
have
off running like hell.
Natural 20 on stealth. That's a 25.
Okay, so you are going to perch inside of the bakery. The smell of dried bread, mold, and rot, it permeates every surface. Thorana, what'd you roll?
Well, I unfortunately, I only got a 7 because I'm rolling with disadvantage.
Okay, that is a -1. All right, what'd you get, ZL?
Since it's also disadvantage, it is 10 total.
Okay, then that is 1 success. So we're at 3 and 1. What did
A
you
natural
get?
20. I got 2. That's doesn't that count as 2?
Yeah, you're you're 2 of the 3, dude.
Oh,
And I rolled a 15.
You rolled
I
a
got a
15. Sorry,
and I got a 13.
13. Cal, I'm going to say that Sherry cannot roll stealth because she's too busy casting.
Oh,
So the
yeah?
entire
Okay,
party has to
fair.
basically hide for you. However, the Inquisitors are actually pretty good at hiding, surprisingly. Only Aktari is having trouble because of her now broken leg. From as she drags it in, being carried by her large companion Dargov. And you are going to be able to hide. Now, you're all fairly naturally stealthy, at least your furball is, which is strange. What'd you get on that, James, again? You got a
I got a 13.
13? That's still pretty solid for something your size.
Does it help at all with the horse running off down the cobbles, being like...
That is going to distract one of them. You're going to hear a snarling, yowling noise around the corner. And the horse, I'm just going to roll real quick. The horse got a 5 to get
come on,
away.
horse.
Yeah, there's going to be an
Something good
atrocious
happens.
neigh.
Oh.
Unless you you know what? I'll let you spend your coin to give the horse advantage on its run.
Yes, I will do
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Save the horse.
I will
Little
let
guy.
you roll for the horse because you spent.
All right.
Give me a d20.
Come on.
I know your DC.
14.
Okay, the horse is going to manage to make it toward the wood at least.
Ah, go little guy.
Okay.
Run, please.
You hole up inside of the bakery. Waiting for Sherry to finish her spell as she draws the circles onto the floor, calls upon the arcane energy to summon this protection. And as she does, you see, in the dimness of twilight, those of you without dark vision see shapes moving around the village. These hulking creatures are like men and wolves fused together. But unlike normal werewolves that would walk bipedally, this hulking brute moseys across on all four limbs. And then you see there's not just one or two, but 5 of them, prowling around the center square, each of them as large as one of the horses that you cut free, wolfmen the size of tigers. And with your stealth check, 30 seconds, they do not notice you. They sniff around the blood trails, begin to devour the dogs, tearing their innards apart, sucking down the intestines like fresh pasta. 30 seconds pass. We're 10 seconds away from you finishing. Another 20 seconds pass. They turn. One of them looks into the bakery. It lunges forward, tears the barely held on front door open. But you're already inside. Crouched inside of the tiny hut, pressed against each other. It wanders through the bakery. Now, tiny hut is translucent from the inside. You can see
From
out.
the inside, yeah.
However, you are invisible to this creature unless you choose to step out. You may not leave, Sherry.
No.
You cannot. You are the anchor for this.
I am in it to win it.
The wolf creature sniffs around. Presses its face directly up against Muse. An inch of translucent magic separates you from this creature that could swallow half of your body whole. It will begin to fog as the magic takes this thing's breath.
Her ears are like laying like flat. She looks scared.
And then it turns and explodes through the front window out onto the street, rushing at something else. In the morning, Calvo says, the streets should be safer. Something was waiting for us. In the morning, we will regroup. We will make it to Fort Fearlight. It is still manned. There, we will get riding horses. And we will go quickly as possible to Espoir and the Contessa. She has great need of your friend and your story. Now that we are forced to be together like this, what did it look like the night that Highgarden fell?
All the staff turned into abominations. The moon turned into a giant eye.
What else do you remember about it?
One of the nurses, it was as if her skin was just hanging, like, not even that she was wearing it, but it was just draped over her. The rest was just a blur and a panic.
Thing was twisted.
You may make that insight roll that you PM me about, Thorena.
24.
24. What are you trying to gather out of this?
No, I don't know if it was you and your tone of voice, but it kind of sounded very desperate when he was talking. So I think I want to know if it's morbid curiosity or if it's something like
Definite
that
concern and
craziness
worry.
too.
There's definitely something to it where he is holding in his nerve. He's being as tough as he can, but there's something about Highgarden that has unnerved him very deeply. And he's trying not to show it, and most of you probably won't notice. He's playing tough and just kind of concerned. But you are going to gather, Thorana, that he is definitely scared, which is not something a man like Calvo tends to be. And that makes him even more scared. You said the moon.
Yeah.
Was it Cortanas or Latun?
Which one was it, Kelly?
Neither!
Oh!
Oh, fun.
Neither of them?
There is an evil that has found its way into Exalar. I was dispatched 1 week ago. To check some disappearances along the countryside, along with my men. We traveled as swiftly as we could. We received orders to go and investigate when the transport from Highgarden did not reach. We found the carnage that was there. Thankfully, you are very conspicuous individuals. And our trackers.
Unique.
Yes. You leave a lot of carnage in your wake. We were able to track you to Servant's Hollow, where we found the ritual to that pale moon. I do not know how that cult is connected. But I believe they are the ones who brought down Highgarden. And it is my worry. And I believe the worry of the Contessa. That more servants of that false god dwell inside of Exalar. If there is anything I can do to help you, I will happily do so. I noticed that you are carrying with you several vials of the white.
Yeah.
Do you know what they do?
No.
Were you to take them, tonight would be probably the best option. Normally I would confiscate them. Such things should not be administered except by trained personnel. Fortunately, I'm an inquisitor and am trained in such things. And he will give you a brief overview of what he knows these things to do. The substance he refers to as the white is very chaotic. It reacts to different metabolisms according to different physiologies. Medicine, it simply suppresses a malady. Any condition that is intrinsic to your character will suppress it for a little while. Bed rest will also aid in that. Acts basically kind of like lesser restoration. A cordial heals its rating for you. Tends to dull your senses a bit, gives you disadvantage on certain things. a tincture grants you a short or a long rest, whichever you prefer. Generally, I would assume a long rest. However, it does muddle your mind and has a potential to cause some physiological changes. Sometimes it's small, sometimes it's large. A decoction is a mutagen. It grants you a modification to your physiology at a penalty. This is permanent. A Catholicon offers a major bodily alteration, and affects the mind and or body by proxy.
Okay.
So glad I didn't take one.
So, if anybody wants to, you have a couple of things, don't you? What do you still have? Let's
Still
see.
have one of the Catholicons, which no.
Yeah, you have 2 Catholicons. You have
Yeah, I have one of them.
you have 2 of the long rests.
Yeah, I have one of the long rests. The party loot that Thorena is carrying is 1 moderate and 1 basic.
Of the cordials. Yep.
Yeah, I have the notes from before you changed the lingo, so I have one of the moderate healing potions, the cures, and then
Yep.
one of the malady ones for the party loot as well. Thorena's carrying that.
So yeah, there are 2 Catholicons, and he will look at you all and say, "For your trouble," and will offer you 1 decoction if you would like to take it.
And that was the minor body alteration?
Minor alteration, yeah.
Minor alteration? Do we get
Minor-
to choose the alteration?
You
we
do
know what
not.
it
In
is?
fact,
Oh,
I
of course not.
have 7 pages of tables.
Oh my god.
Sounds horrible.
Of course we don't get to choose it.
Of course you don't.
Don't
I'll re-roll
like
if it
any
doesn't
of
make
these
sense at all
things.
for your character.
Oh, yay?
Yeah, that's pretty generous.
That,
Yep.
that is, actually.
I'm gonna get
It
shit
is.
on later in the comments because of that.
Oh,
Oh, wow.
100%.
Exactly.
It's not random. Shut up.
Get your own game.
With blackjack and hookers. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my next game that I'm gonna run.
Blackjack
Yeah,
and
no, I
hookers?
have potentially 55 different
yeah.
things you could do
Hmm.
if you took that.
Hmm. Sounds awful.
There is
News
no.
isn't there just yet.
Yeah, no, I'm not ready for body alteration, I don't think.
They're not always not beneficial.
What kind of thing would you expect to see out of it?
It depends on the person. I warn you that the white can cure almost any condition if administered in the right amount.
Right.
It is why we need your friend. The Contessa believes that people with a special substance inside of them, this trimegistus, a trivalent chiral mutation inside of the brain fluid, can stabilize the formula. But still, this is very potent.
Not desperate as yet. I know I have the one that gives a rest in a single gulp, but that is for dire situations.
My friend, you are an Exalar. Every moment is a dire one. Until you are inside of the walls of Espoir, you are not safe. You are merely delusional. insult. Sometimes it is the only defense that we have against the darkness. It's right. I mean, if you're not going to take it, I will. I would love if someone could look at this leg of mine.
Yes, I can perform. I mean, if we're taking a rest, right? I will give healing. I will use myself until I'm all out of energy for the day, and then we can sleep, and I can refresh. I will heal.
If we're able to sleep tonight. In the distance, you hear the snarling howls. And I think that is where we are going to call game for the night. That seems like a nice organic place. However, I would like everyone here to do me a favor and make me a wisdom save of DC. Oh boy, you know what? Let me roll for my loop gurus to see how terrifying they are. Because if you do not, you will not get the benefit of a long rest if you fail this save.
Oh.
Well,
Because too much noise to sleep.
Dang.
One moment before you tell me what it is. So, holy shit.
Don't. No.
Okay, what'd you get?
And that was wisdom you said, correct?
Wisdom save, please.
Does a 19 work?
It fails.
No!
I rolled a nat 20 for these guys and their
No
terror
fair.
aura.
Well then,
Good thing I rolled a nat
all
20 as well. That will be 27 for Thorena.
Yeah. No, I
Okay.
only got 8.
yeah, I got a 9.
I got
Okay.
So much for any
18.
spells.
That's it.
Yeah,
That's
I
not
gotta
true.
look
There are 2 vials there, James.
at- Ooh,
Get a long rest in just a minute.
you know what? Yeah.
Yes, about damn time. Okay, so... Oh, these are...
We need one of those chthonic ones as well. Let's just, if we're gonna do this, let's do this.
Oh, are you gonna?
True.
If there's
Okay.
one lying around, sure. Why
Okay,
not?
you're gonna take a Catholicon. Do me a favor, my friend, and
This is all useless if Aodin doesn't survive.
roll me a d6.
It's true.
5.
Cool, your con goes up by 5. Permanently.
Oh,
That's
that puts me to con 21.
Yeah, it does.
Oh,
wow.
dang.
Remember to give yourself retroactive hit points for all of the previous levels.
Will do.
Wow.
Cool. Yeah.
Damn.
Also, welcome to
plus-
level 6.
Oh, damn. Okay.
Oh boy.
So everybody, welcome to level 6. That is.
Nice. I was gonna say, just Aodin.
I was waiting. I was like, was it just Aodin?
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
Okay.
I think we'll have to kind of we should get a description of what exactly that looks like. 'Cause I'm
I've
kinda
got to
curious.
look up what curse you're gonna get for this.
Oh yeah, no fair. That's fair.
So you're 1 Catholicon down. You are also going to have
Weren't the tinctures the long rest?
tinctures
or
of
is
the
it-
long rest. Yeah.
Wasn't that
So
what
he-
Aodin wanted to take?
He also took a Catholicon. He said there were
Oh,
2
he
laying
took
around, so he's going
both.
to take
Take them
one.
both.
So which one did he take? Was it me or Muse's?
'Cause Muse has hers in her bag.
If no one else is willing to take one,
I'll give it to him then. Just so I know who took it.
Okay, so you'll inject that and start to feel much stronger. We'll find out what that does to you physically in the next game.
Okay.
And anybody else taking it? Because it's getting confiscated at the beginning of next game.
You know what?
I already warned you.
Sherry's got nothing to lose. What the hell? Let's go for it.
Sherry thrusts a hand out at Muse.
Yeah.
And here you go.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, do me a favor, roll me a d6.
Okay. 4.
Okay, here we go. Oh. Add 4 points to your intelligence.
Oh. Holy. That's a 21.
Yeah, that
Intelligence
means you're a
21.
+5 on all.
Yeah.
By the way, that also increases all of your ability scores and things like that.
Yeah.
All of your bonuses. Okay, and anybody taking that decoction?
Muse will.
All right, Muse. I need you to do me a favor and roll me D100.
Ooh. Oh god, there's rabbit fur everywhere. There's pink hair everywhere.
Yeah, it'll do that.
My life is hard.
It's all hair.
78.
78. Okay, so we'll divide that in half. That turns into 39, if I'm not mistaken. I'll let you roll twice. Or should
Okay.
or do you just want to take it?
I didn't like that face, so...
You know what? We're rolling for what we get, aren't we?
Plastic.
All right, so... Oops, sent that to everybody instead of private.
Just be good.
55.
55. I actually do have a 55. So there's that. Or it is a 27. Okay. You are going to... Ooh. I'm really torn, folks. Should she be a hideous, intimidating cat beast? Or should she gain the bloodhound feat?
Ooh.
I'm really tempted on this. I'll let the chat decide. I'll let the chat decide because we just got raided. So the bloodhound feat or become an incredibly intimidating cat monster?
But isn't that kind of already the case?
Yeah, but now it's kind of like cat monster rather than just monster cat.
Lichen cat.
cat
That might be
monsters,
that
you
might
can
be a
have mine.
liability.
Bloodhound feet?
blood.
Okay. The chat said you're not hideous. So,
Oh, good. Yeah,
all
not
right.
hideous.
So you're going to gain the bloodhound
No.
feet, cat.
Muse is pretty.
Muse has to be pretty.
Okay.
I'd be sad.
Yeah.
I mean, you double your proficiency on intimidation.
Yeah, fair enough.
That would be pretty good.
Yeah,
Okay,
but-
so we're going to use the Bloodhound Feat out of Grim Hollow, which means that you are going to get the following bonus, my friendo. Bloodhound, while conscious, whenever a creature that is small or larger moves within 10 feet of you, you become aware of it. Your attack rolls do not have disadvantage against invisible creatures anymore, and you have advantage on checks that rely on sound or smell. What is your wisdom? What's your wisdom score, Cat?
So I'm just typing this all down.
I sent you a picture of it.
Oh, okay, never mind. Wisdom is 11.
Cool. So technically you cannot have this feat because your wisdom is not high enough, but that's fine because that's the downside of this being a mutation. So I'm going to look up all of your mutations for next episode, and we'll figure out what you all get. So I have jotted those down. These are not the only mutations that can be purchased in this game. They're just the ones that you're allowed to have right now. So let's see. That means that Kath goes to... that is going to be to Catholicon, to Eoden, and Sherry, who I keep wanting to call Very. I don't know why. But like VAE. And then the decoction to Muse. Okay, cool. I will figure out what the benefit of those are for next episode. And I think, folks, that's going to be it for us. I'd like everybody to roll their hit points for next level right now, because you just hit level 6 for surviving that onslaught and making it this far. We're power leveling.
I got 11 total.
Oh, damn.
I got a 6. I'm at 34.
Yay!
But, I mean, I'm still just wandering around with 14.
One's a test rolls, right, Kelly?
That's a test roll.
Yeah.
I rolled another 6, so I'm up to 47.
Nice.
7,
Nice.
8, 9. I rolled a 7, so I'm up to 49, which is almost where I was when I started the game.
Yay! Yay! And
that's
Sherry, you
right.
rolled yours. All right, so folks,
Yep.
that is going to be it for us tonight. Thank you so much for tuning in here at Dork Tales. We really appreciate it. And, try the veal. And hope you enjoyed this horror game. If you like what we do here, be sure to give us a follow here and a sub if you're over on YouTube. And if you want to support the channel better, you can also go to patreon.com/dorktales, where you're going to be getting a bunch of really cool content soon for free, or at least for like super cheap. And yeah, I would love it if you did that, because it pays the rent and keeps the lights on. Just like our fantastic patrons, DM Mike and Soul Omen, who are our divine patrons, our demonic patron Precarious, and our Princess of the Patreon, which are Trizelda right there, as well as Taryn, the original Dork Tales fangirl, and Buddy. Thank you so much to all of you for being the supporters that we need, not the supporters we deserve. I never understood the sequence of that quote from The Dark Knight, I'll be honest. It doesn't make sense either way to me, but hey, explain it to me in the comments. Folks, that's going to be it for us tonight. Have a great night. Have a spooky night. I don't know. Good night, everybody.
Spooky, scary skeletons.
Dun, 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 dun.